And we are live.
That's pretty handy for a wizard to be able to transcribe more spells.
Yeah, should have become a warlock, bitch.
What, and depend on your power from someone else? I don't think so.
I like this someone else, though,
And
so
just
it's okay.
randomly just cast Eldritch Blast at every point in time.
Yep.
It's been a while since Cabros has pulled out the old Eldritch guns.
Yeah,
You're right. You
It has
need to
been a
start.
he needs
You
to.
need to get an enchant that makes Eldritch Blast cast from your sword at will.
Yeah, you need to start. You need to start. Throwing out some contractually obligated Eldritch Blast. You're gonna lose that Warlock card.
It's
Well,
like,
I mean-
I'm sorry, you haven't warlocked enough lately.
He does so much better close range. Like the Eldritch Blast was really just so that I had a range
Are we live?
backup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're live.
We are, yes.
The conversation was not at all going like we were live. There was no welcome.
If Rogans
were-
if Rogans
No.
are flying,
No,
We're live.
I said we're live, and everyone just continued on. So
We're
Yeah, we did.
continuing this conversation.
Yeah, we were
Because there
continuing
was an
it.
opportunity to make fun of warlocks. You can't miss that opportunity.
Yeah. I heard you say we're
Eldritch
live.
Blast.
Wasn't going to stop the conversation.
I was like, okay, the cameras are cut in half. Everyone's talking like we're not live. I don't know what's going on, but I just saw us chat talking to us, and I'm like, oh, we're live.
We're super cash.
What's
Chat
happening?
doesn't talk to us; they talk about us behind our backs.
I mean,
It's very rude.
it'd be funny if somebody just started recording, like the behind the scenes stuff that you guys talk about while we we're on.
You
the
don't
break.
want that.
Oh,
no,
God,
no.
no.
That's
No.
not
You do
funny.
not want
No.
that.
No, I have the ability to do that, and I'm not going to do that.
Come on,
Thank you.
put it on YouTube.
Oh, God, no.
That
Just-
channel will last like 10 minutes.
It just so
Yeah.
happened that this time the conversation was actually about D&D.
And
And
appropriate
clean.
at the
And
same
clean.
time.
Let's there are times where I will actually like triple check on the little volume mixer on my PC to make sure the Zoom call is actually muted before I walk away.
It's a good thing you do.
That's
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was one point in time when I did not do that, and thankfully the conversation wasn't bad.
I remember that. I remember that.
Everybody in chat going, hey, we can still hear you guys. We can still hear you guys.
Yeah,
We're sitting
there-
there like, I
We're
am
just like,
in
la,
Origin.
la, la,
We're
la,
still
la.
here.
There's
Yeah,
been
my-
a couple times over the years where that's been the case. And thankfully, every time chat has let us know that they can still hear us. So we all knew to be quiet.
Yeah, my phone started exploding at that point in time. I had to come back into the room and mute the chat.
We, in our
We're
defense,
audible.
that's not our responsibility.
Like, by the way, I just had explosive diarrhea the other. Oh shoot!
Oh, we're still live? Oh.
Okay, I want them to know.
This is how poor I'm having to sit on a toddler seat right now, just in case.
Ever heard of a
Oh, no.
squatty potty? Now you know.
So I'm going to go ahead and change that mental image. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to Gnoll Way Out.
Now I just got an image of that scene from South Park when they're playing Warcraft.
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
Why?
no.
No.
Is it too
No.
late to cancel the session today?
What I want
Gnolls are
is
already crazy.
somebody who's good at editing. I need that clip from the original Jurassic Park where the lawyer gets eaten by the T-Rex in the porta potty, but the T-Rex needs to have Rojan's face, and then the lawyer is like all of us just sitting there screaming like, we're live. Roar.
I dig it.
Anyways,
Anyway,
Yeah. I guess we should probably go over the shenanigans that you guys got into last week.
We should.
we are straight edge, dude. We're walking straight and narrow.
There's no shenanigans here.
I mean, yeah, you are walking straight and narrow for a gnoll, so that's still not good.
That's not saying much. Yeah.
Um,
No.
the bar is pretty low.
It is pretty low. So the main event, I would say, last week is that during a night watch.
I disagree with this. This is not the main event.
After
Yeah.
some of her companions before her discovered like heads on pikes and such, Isa found a shrine deep in the well, not deep in the forest. It was like 30 feet into the forest, and she used her better judgment at first and went to awaken Sabira, who was not asleep because she doesn't know how. And the two of them went into the forest to get a better look at this shrine and discovered that it was a shrine to Baphomet. It wasn't a big elaborate thing. It was just something small that an individual or small group of individuals likely crafted. But Isa, being Isa, decided she didn't like that. So after asking permission to throw a rock and Sabira giving her permission, Isa tossed a rock at the shrine, knocking it over, crumbling to the ground, and soon after, the pair of them heard the angered wails of some kind of large beast off in the distance. They went back to the camp and finished out their rest, and I believe it was the watch after that, some footsteps were felt shaking the ground nearby, but they didn't actually approach the camp thanks to some clever scent masking, let's say, by everyone's favorite druid, Zara, using cleverly, I might add, the staff of flowers to create some very pungent smelling flowers in and around the camp area to hide the scent of a pack of gnolls from this creature that was now looking for you. When morning rose, you all began your trek once again and found yourselves at the edge of a river. The bridge that once sat across this river was dilapidated, falling to pieces, and there was really nothing left of it to cross. So after some debate involving teleporting with one end of a rope, you guys did end up getting most of you across. But by the time it was Isa's turn, the creature had caught up with you. And the creature revealed itself to be some sort of sick, huge, demonic version of a minotaur. Very likely some sort of servant of Baphomet. And it was not happy. It charged towards Isa, and thinking on her feet, let's say, yeah, let's go with that, Isa jumped into the river. Thankfully, she had water walk. Otherwise, she would have immediately been submerged and carried off by the current. But I believe she jumped in hoping that the current of the river would kind of act like a treadmill of sorts and carry her down away from this very angry minotaur. And in a clever ploy to buy her some time, I believe it was Yixis, launched a nearby boat, overturned rowboat, at the dock that the Minotaur was standing on, collapsing it beneath it and forcing the Minotaur to back up onto the shore on the other side of the river. It was intelligent enough to know that it shouldn't venture too deep into the river, or even it could be carried away by the strong current. And right before we ended the session, this Minotaur creature used one of its abilities to essentially cast the maze spell. And through luck of the draw, the target of this maze spell was your friend, Reen, the raven folk you have been traveling with for some time now. portal opened up behind her, and all of you looked over just in time to see the panicked look of your bird friend. She was overtaken by the portal, and it closed, leaving no trace of her. So we're going to pick up today. Immediately after that has happened, we're going to stick to our initiative here. And that gives Sabira now a moment to act, should she wish to.
Yeah, she would. She's intelligent enough. She would. I would like to see if she recognizes what that spell is, because I don't think because it immediately happened and everyone saw what happened, but no one knew like what it was.
Okay, give me an Arcana roll.
Okay. Should probably pull out my bag.
Probably.
Might be helpful.
I was distracted by a condition. Okay. Hold on real quick. I just need 2 points. Shit. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay. Good first roll. That is a 18.
18? Okay. You do recognize it as magic,
Well, yes.
and it looked to be some kind of conjuration magic. The exact spell you aren't familiar with, however, as the way it was cast was quite curious. This creature didn't seem to use any components of any kind. It just willed this magic into existence, which is very unusual as far as casting spells goes. So that kind of throws you off a little bit as to what it actually was.
And I don't
But-
know enough about him to kind of figure out if it's like a demonic thing.
Roll a religion check for me.
Okay.
I think I had you roll one last session, but I don't remember what the number was.
Yes, but that was for the shrine.
Right.
Okay. 25.
25. Okay. You
Actually,
know
19.
enough to know the association that Minotaurs have with Labyrinth. Well, Labyrinth is more than one.
Oh, that's
and
right.
You know that Baphomet's domain is essentially, well, one of his domains is an endless shifting labyrinth. And you've been to such a place before, and when you looked over at Reen as she was being taken by this portal, you saw behind her that familiar sight of a shifting labyrinth. And you know she was forced into this dimension.
Yeah. Okay. As a player, I completely forgot about the Minotaur Labyrinth stuff in Midgard. Oh, but Sabir doesn't know that. Okay. Oh, that's something that she's gonna have to dish out to everyone later. So anyone who's probably paying attention kind of sees Sabira's eyes that are already naturally wide go a little bit wider of oh shit kind of facial expression. That was my action though, so I don't I don't think that's right. I didn't have one of my little guys out. That's right. Okay. So yeah, that's I don't have a bonus. So yeah, she's just gonna take that turn, just kind of acknowledge, learn, and go back into her memory banks of what the hell that was for future. So yeah, that's her turn.
So Xena, you as well have a moment to act if there's anything you would like to do. You just witnessed Isa jump off of the pier into the water. You see she had just hit the surface of the water and seems to be on top of it, so you know she's not going to be submerged. And
Yeah.
you see the Minotaur backing up onto the shore.
Can I attempt to lasso her with the rope that we've been using?
I believe the other end of that rope is still tied to a rock that Isa threw in the river.
That's not.
Kind of dropped it in the river, but she did shout that she'll meet you guys downstream.
She dropped it in the water, yeah. But like, couldn't Zenith sort of like, I don't know, would she have time to pull it up enough to tie and throw? Like, would that take? Could I use this moment to start preparing that, and then on my action
Yeah,
try it?
I'd say you can make a roll here, an athletics roll to pull the rock out of the river with the rope, and then tie the lasso, which you'd be able to throw next turn.
Would I have a chance to start raging by now? With
Yeah, I don't
this?
see why not.
I'm gonna rage rope pull then.
Okay.
And I'll roll for my wild thing as well. Just trying to get on advantage on this. Is athletics, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yay, that's really high. This is gonna be a big number. 27. No joke.
27.
I got a
okay.
19 plus 8.
Yeah, you are easily and quickly able to fish that rock out of the water and release the rope from it, begin to fashion it into a lasso that you'd be able to throw, hopefully with great accuracy, next turn.
Okay. And I rolled 2 for my wild path of wild magic when I go rage, and number 2 is you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see until your rage ends. You can use this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. Is that right? Hold on, I pulled up a weird list. Let me go to actual D&D Beyond real quick. Get back to me. Move on.
Okay. So in the meantime, Ixis, you have just launched a boat at the dock and collapsed it beneath this Minotaur and is now retreating to the shore. You have a moment to take another action if you'd like to.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't ready for an action. I've seen others walk on the boardwalk over to my left, right?
Yes. It was kind of squidgy and soft, but 2 of your companions have stepped foot on it without falling through.
Okay. I will run over here. Stop there.
Okay.
And give me 1 second. Okay. EXS is going to yell out to Isa real quick. Don't resist. And he's going to do benign transposition, try to trade places with her.
Okay. Isa, are you resisting?
No, because she doesn't know what he's doing. I don't think she's well versed enough in magic to understand what's happening, so she would
Okay.
listen.
So you listen and you are immediately swapped.
And
You're
do
good
I
now,
have
Ixis.
time for a bonus action?
Yeah. Yep.
Then I will Misty Step right back.
Okay. So you are going to Misty Step right next to Isa, or put yourself where you're going to Misty Step too.
Yes, right next to Iza.
Okay. So at that point, I need both you and Iza to give me dexterity saving throws as you feel that boardwalk beginning to collapse under the weight of two of you on it at once.
That was a 5.
You're supposed to.
full
You're a
plate
fighter. You're
armor.
supposed to be good at these things.
I'm a fighter. They don't do that.
Okay, and what did you roll, Yixis?
I rolled a natural 20 for 22.
Okay, so Yixis, you are able to quickly hop back a few feet as the boardwalk beneath you collapses into the rushing river. Iza, unfortunately, was not quick enough on her feet and falls down to the surface of the river along with the decrepit scraps of wood. So I will leave your token there, Iza, but you are on the water right now. So, it got her a bit closer. That's a good thing. Zara, you now have a moment if you would like to take it.
Tell me you have Vine Whip.
Do I? Do I? I do not.
Damn it.
Um,
You do have a moonbeam in there.
I do have a moonbeam. Yep. I'm gonna move the moonbeam like right there, just so it's on it again to make it save.
Okay. And that is at the start of its turn, right?
Or when it enters.
Okay.
And it's a con saving throw.
That is going to be a 27.
All right, so I'll take half radiant here. So halved 15 radiant.
Okay. I don't remember. Is that a bonus action or an action to move?
It's an action to move it.
So you do still have a bonus action if there's anything you can do
She
with that.
just calls out, "We need to get Iza out and run. This isn't something we can fight."
Okay, Iza, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Why? It's a decent dice. Why did I roll a 2 again? 9?
9 is not high enough, I'm afraid.
Change your dice.
Using that
Maximum
set
and
anymore.
minimum. So you're going to take 7 bludgeoning damage from all
Okay.
the debris around you and falling down to the river's surface. Now, are you trying to fight against the current of the river, or are you allowing it to sweep you downriver?
I feel like because she didn't quite understand what was going to happen to her, that she wouldn't have really fully formed the thought of trying to fight it yet.
Okay.
So, not this turn.
Let's see how far it takes you. Okay. So it is going to begin sweeping you downstream, downriver, to here.
Okay.
Thankfully, that teleportation that Yixis did brought you into a position where you avoided smacking into all of the logs and piers down the whole way. So that's good, at least. But that all happened at the start of your turn, so you do have an action and a bonus action if you'd like to do anything with them.
I guess, see now she was already brought over here. She would probably try to attempt to move towards shore. Not like directly, but more in a diagonal, as you do when you fall into a river.
Okay.
So kind of like this direction.
So you can give me an athletics roll and that will influence the direction that the river takes you on the start of your next turn.
Pretzel. Okay, that's better. Back to math today. 24.
24, okay, that is a very good roll. You feel like you're kind of starting to get the hang of traveling on this quickly moving river.
Use my action surge, do I feel like I could actually start moving?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, why not?
I'll do that so I can try and start moving towards the shore.
Okay. Because of the good athletics roll, I'll say you can move up to half of your movement speed, which is
15 feet is half.
15.
So I have 30 total. So I
you-
could make it here?
Yeah, you'd be able to move right to about there.
Okay.
And the edge of the river there is about 6 or 7 feet above you. So it will require a bit of climbing and a bit of help, but next turn you should be able to cling onto the side there and be hoisted up.
Okay.
That brings us to Xerax. Shenanigans have ensued. You have an opportunity to be a part of it.
Okay, well, I'm maintaining concentration on the shenanigan wheel there. I don't have really anything I can do to help Isa.
There's always running over.
Oh right, she's like right at the shoreline.
She
yeah.
is right at the shoreline. To assist her in getting up, you'd have to like drop down a rope or something that she could use to, basically using the help action to allow her to climb.
Yeah. Do I have a rope? I have a. I've got many things. Yes, I have 60 feet of silk rope for my climber's kit. There we go.
Okay, so you'd absolutely be able to use that along with the help action to give her advantage on her climb check on her next
So
turn.
you get out of the river and we can leave before that thing decides to eat one of us.
That means it's now this guy's turn again. And what fun he has in store.
I don't like that.
Okay. So he's going to be taking some damage here as he continues to move through the spike growth.
Oh, I like that.
We all like that.
I mean, not that it's going to kill him or anything, but you know.
And I need a Constitution save because he started in the moonbeam.
That is a 25 on the con save.
Okay.
And he moved 4 spaces through the spike growth.
Really? Okay.
All right, this time it's only going to be 7 radiant.
Okay.
So 4, 7. $17 damage.
17 damage. Nice. That spike growth is nasty.
It is probably one of the more broken level 1 spells. Level 1, level 2, whatever that is.
Let's see here.
Level 2.
That's not what I wanted. Ruler is what I wanted. Oh, good. Okay. So he's going to start off his turn by placing everyone's favorite Hunter's Mark on Isa. And then,
Do we see him do this, and would I have an opportunity to see what the spell is?
You've seen me do the exact same thing like 4,000
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking.
give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Because you see him doing something like he did before he cast a spell on, or used his ability to cast a spell on Reen. So let's see if you can
17.
see what he's actually doing. You see that he's focused on Iza, and after he kind of lets a bellow out into the air, for a brief moment you see a small flash of light that looks like the mark of Baphomet, with the horns wrapping around it as well, on Iza, and then it disappears. You can probably guess that it is a Hunter's Mark-like ability, since you've seen Xerax do it so many times. You kind of know what to look for from that.
Okay, and I will act accordingly when time comes.
Okay. So that was his bonus action. Now he is going to use his action to begin stomping his hooves down on the ground. When he does so, something happens, but I don't think I have a token for it. Let me check real quick. I don't, so I'm just going to have to draw it on the map here. So, as he's stomping his hooves down on the ground, you all feel a rumbling, not coming from him, but coming from the area where Iza and Xerax are at. And you see the surface of the ground begin to vibrate and shake a little bit and then split as large walls of stone erupt from the ground and shoot straight up, kind of encasing your companions, at least from your view. They're hidden. They aren't actually, for Xerax and Iza, these walls of stone aren't actually entirely encompassing you. Otherwise, you'd have the opportunity to make a save, and he doesn't want that. Instead, it is just on 3 sides of you, so the only open side is the river.
Is this a spell?
It is normally a spell.
Killing me, Fox.
That's some wording right there.
Fuck your counter spell.
Yeah, seriously.
Normally, I love Counterspell, but this particular guy, this particular creature, all of his spells are magical abilities.
Spell-like abilities, the best thing ever.
Yeah. But that is the end of his turn. So we come back round to Sabira.
Spells don't work on him. He's too high level.
They don't work on him. They might work on the area around him.
I know. I would like to shoot a. Hold on, let me take a look here. What do I got here? I would like to shoot a firebolt at the pier that he is. Oh no, he's not standing. No.
He has spike growth all around him.
Yeah, he does.
He's got tons of flammable stuff in that area.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I want to set that on fire.
Okay, yeah.
The bramble, particularly.
It is flammable, so if you target it with really any fire spell, it should be sufficient.
I don't know how much damage it'll do because I mean it is a creature from hell, but that doesn't mean they're all immune to fire. So, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. So do I need to do an attack roll on the bramble?
Yeah, just to see if you hit the approximate target.
Okay, well that's a 16 on the die. Plus
Yeah,
8.
that'll hit.
Okay.
It's a stationary plant, so its AC was like 10.
I could be wrong. Oh, so close to max damage.
Lots of fire.
That is 18 fire damage.
18 fire damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say that catches this much of it on fire, and that will spread each turn.
Okay.
So now he's got flaming thorny spikes.
Yes.
How tall are these stone walls that he created?
They are 15 feet tall.
Okay. That's an action for me to do what I want to do, is it? Let me double check. It is an action. Okay. Okay. I will then actually use my movement to come over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's me.
That brings us round again to Xena.
So I was pulling up the rope, a bunch of stuff happened. And so I'm gonna change. So Iza's on the shore now, right?
Iza is still in the river, or on the river technically, but Xerax has prepped a help action to pull her up onto the shore.
Right. Okay, but she's not fully on the shore yet. So guess I'll let's see 5 my full movement I can get up there.
So that yellow line there is a 15-foot tall wall of stone. So you cannot see beyond that yellow line at the moment, but you do know that your companions were there.
Right. I'm just gonna hold my action, I guess, or delay my turn. I don't really see anything for me to do right now.
Okay.
I can teleport over there with my bonus action, but I don't think that's a very good idea. Can I teleport through the rocks actually, since I've seen the area?
That's a good question. Let me look up.
I can teleport up to 30 feet, it says, into an unoccupied space, but it says you can see. So I wasn't sure if, like, but I did see it previously. I just can't currently see it.
Yeah, so it has to be a spot that you can actively see at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So if you wanted to, like, teleport to the top of the stone wall,
Oh, yeah.
you could.
Okay,
'cause that's
so
within that range.
I'll use my movement to get up a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I would have enough movement to get there and then teleport to the wall and then use the rest of my movement that I had left over. So I think I could get over there by using that combination of things.
Yep.
If you're cool with that.
And 15 feet. Give me athletics or acrobatics. Let's see
Okay.
if you can stick the landing here as you jump off the wall.
Oh, that's an 18 plus 8, so it's gonna be in the
Yeah, you're fine.
So
No
high.
falling damage.
26. So I'm just gonna superhero landing and give Iza a bit of a glare, and just I don't know if I still have. I used a bonus action. I used my movement. So I'm gonna hold a grapple action on Iza if I think she's gonna do something stupid.
Okay.
I think is what Xena's
I
choice
don't know
is.
why you would think she would do something stupid.
So I'll hold it
Okay.
unless I think
I'll,
Isa's not gonna make the right decision here.
I'll keep that in mind for if or when Isa starts to climb up the riverbank there. So, Ixis, you're up.
I apologize. I have several questions that need to be answered.
I may have several answers.
Are this guy's feet hooved?
Yes.
Okay. Is the ground where he is currently standing sloped towards the water?
Very slightly.
Very slightly, but still something. Okay. Second of all, this the spell I'm dropping in chat right now has very specific wording about where a creature under the effect of the spell can land. Me knowing the spell, would he be able to land in the water of the river?
Let's see here. Can't reappear inside a solid object or not on solid ground.
I mean the bottom of the river is solid ground.
Yes.
That's kind of what I'm
and-
thinking, but
Yeah. So a
wording.
river is, deepest in the center, obviously. And he is tall enough to have his head above water to a certain point. So you would be able to use that to teleport him into the water far enough where he'd still be able to breathe.
Okay. I'm going to start with that then.
Okay?
My familiar will fly over to him and poke him with its tail. And as it does, it's going to cast Dimensional Shove, a touch attack, or a touch spell, and
Okay.
try to get him as far down the river, not central, but as far down the river as possible.
Okay, so that is wisdom save that he has to make, it looks like.
Yes, but in fully in the river, hopefully to get swept away.
His wisdom save is decent. So that is not as high as I would have expected, but that is still a dirty 20 on his wisdom save.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Doesn't work then.
That almost went well because he has a plus 14 on the wisdom save, which means he rolled really low on the d20.
I knew I was taking a chance by having him roll a save, especially
Sometimes
a
it's
wisdom
worth it.
save, but all right. Okay, so that doesn't work. Familiar will fly away. Oh, tiny servant's supposed to be like smack on top of
Oh,
this
right,
guy's head.
it was on top of him.
Tiny servant will take an attack.
Okay.
A little poke. Hopefully distracting him along the way. Okay, let's try to hit. Okay, does a 23 hit?
A 23 does hit.
Seven points of bludgeoning damage.
I think that's the second time that tiny servant has hit this guy.
Do I need to get the cobra with arms picture again?
Yep.
Yeah, probably. So I cast a leveled touch attack through my servant, my familiar. I can do a. No, it'd have to be a bonus action cantrip.
Yes.
Okay, so I can't do that. All right, yeah. I'm gonna move a little bit further this way and back.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
That brings us over to you, Zara.
Since this was a magic-like ability, can I use Dispel Magic on that wall?
You can certainly try.
Yep, that's what she's gonna do. Cast 3rd level Dispel Magic on the wall itself. See if I can't bring it down.
Okay. So give me a roll
Yeah.
using your spellcasting.
I had a feeling it was stronger than 3rd level. All right. That is a natural 24. Is it the ability modifier or is it?
It's the ability modifier. So
a bit of
for
so
you,
24.
is 24. Okay.
Yep.
So what does Zara's dispel magic look like? What does she do when she uses this spell?
I think for this instance, she's just gonna like extend her or her good hand out and her ghost hand out and just make like a tear down motion, trying just to like rip the wall apart.
Okay, so as you kind of reach out and do this motion to tear down the wall, cracks begin to form in it and pieces flake off, and the wall comes tumbling down.
And she's gonna yell out again, "Damn it, run!" And that is all she can do.
Okay, Isa.
There's a rope dangling from me now, isn't there?
There sure is.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab the rope and attempt to climb up the wall with it.
Okay, so you can give me an athletics or acrobatics at advantage because you are receiving help. And the DC is lowered because a certain somebody is ready to grapple you should you try and do something stupid.
17 athletics, and I will point out she is returning Zena's glare, like, same level. It's like,
Okay,
me mug me, I'll
so-
mug you.
With the assistance of your companions, you are able to clamber up the side of the riverbank to the relative safety of the shore.
Assuming that's my movement.
That is your action and 5 feet of movement.
And 5 feet. She'll start moving back just to kind of not clump up too much. Yeah, she'll move like over here, so she's. Well, everyone else is gonna start moving.
That brings us now to Xerax. Your friend is safe-ish. And you are muted.
In that case, take rope, move to here while winding up rope, and look at everyone. Can we leave now?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay. So it sounds like you are, let's say, prepping a dash action if the goal is to leave.
Yes.
Okay. Now, is there anything this guy can do without crossing the river?
I
Okay.
don't like that face or how long he's taking. This is unsettling.
I had to think about it. Usually I don't really have to think about things because creatures are often like really dumb and they just kind of rely on base instinct stuff. But this guy is really smart. So I have to kind of treat him like I treat a player character.
Oh.
Sacrificial?
I think
Yeah, treat it like Issa treats
Wait,
her
wait.
character. We'll be
You're
fine.
gonna treat it like a player character, so you're gonna break his stuff.
He doesn't have any stuff to break.
A dragon's gonna come down and demand
Actually, no.
tribute.
That's not true. He does have stuff to break. He has one thing that could be broken. It is a very, very large axe called Heart Cleaver.
Oh,
You
I
guys-
don't
Sad
know.
I didn't
no,
get to use on anyone.
no, we don't want any part of that.
But
So
Xena
you're gonna tear off one of
could
his
have a
arms.
second awesome axe.
Good. So I
I'm
think
not sure Xena
Glorificus
could wield
could
an
have
axe
a
that he
brother.
wields.
I think
She could.
he's
She'd find a way.
gonna start off his turn by doing a bonus action gore attack on the annoying thing on top of his head. So does a
But it's hanging on to his horns.
so he just kind of flails his head wildly trying to hit it, batter like ping pong it between the horns.
Oh, that's an image.
Okay, so that's a 26, 32
hell,
to hit.
hell yes, yeah.
Okay.
That hits.
So that is going to be 38 piercing damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not. He's not making death saves. Let me put it that way.
Okay. We'll go ahead and put him in the corner over here. So now that the annoyance is gone, he's going to. Oh, I forgot. He's gonna have to make a save here against the fire damage he's taken. So he does make that save, but he is in the fire. So Subira, roll a D10 plus your charisma modifier for me.
Modifier. Okay. 12.
12. Okay, so he is going to take. Oh, he's resistant, so he'll take half of that 12 fire damage for 6. And he's going to take one step out of that area, so he will take damage from the spike growth one more time.
For max damage of 8.
Very nice. Okay. And he's going to, let's see, that would be 10 feet. Move over here where there's a little bit more of a clearing for him. And he's eyeing all of you as he moves. And then the casters of the group see him begin to actually cast a spell this time. He seems to be carving out runes on the ground around him in a circle. So he's in the center of this circle. And assuming nobody takes any reactions here, his spell will go off.
Vera.
Severe.
Can I counterspell it?
You can if you want to. It's a
Did
spell.
you not hear his whole description?
No, I heard, but every time I'm like, oh, counterspell. He's like, no, spell. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. Counterspell.
I had to make sure you had the opportunity and to put it out there. He's casting a spell.
So much sad.
You can try
Counterspell.
to counterspell if you want to.
Yes. Yes, I would. And it's at 4th level.
4th level, okay. So roll a d20 plus your spellcasting modifier for me.
So close to 20. That's 21.
21, okay. So you let out this counterspell right as he finishes carving these runes on the ground, and they're beginning to light up with arcane energy, and then they just immediately fizzle out as his spell, his teleport spell, his counterspell. And he immediately knows what happens. He looks over at which one of you was just doing some spell components to counterspell that. Let's see if he notices which one. What's his perception?
And he blames Xena.
Yeah, I was gonna say roll low and think it's Xena.
It's obviously the one with the axe.
He saw her teleport. He doesn't know she's not a caster.
And she's awfully sparkly.
Yeah, he does have very good perception.
Uh,
So
maybe.
he has a pretty good idea of which one of you just counterspelled that, and he lets out a bellowing roar, like spittle and everything flying from his mouth, as he is furious about that.
I'm
But
not
that is the
gonna
end of his
lie,
turn.
when she counterspells it, yeah, there's no hiding it. She's definitely like pointing at him like, no. No.
He's extra angry because he can only do that spell once a day.
Ooh.
Ta!
Gotta cross the river now, Frogger.
Yeah.
You are all -1 on that side of the river and are able to run away if you want to. He has shown very clearly that he has no desire to try and walk across this river.
Yeah, we run. I hightail it.
Hmm.
Anyone who falls behind, she's just like, move your ass! Go, 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 go.
I choose life. I'd like to leave now.
Okay?
Xena
Sounds like
hesitates longer than probably the others, just looking back, thinking in her head, I could teleport to him right now. Everyone
Oh.
else would be fine, and I could just
All that work for fucking Lisa.
wail on this guy. It looks like a glorious battle that I'm just gonna run away from.
as you're thinking that, you spot that massive, beautiful axe on his back as well.
Okay, I have.
Thanks, Fox.
Oh no. Am I about to pull it, Isa with Xena? Let's see. Okay.
Anyone else have a counter spell ready?
I've got one more.
I'm really sad about this.
I'm
but-
afraid Xena's thing is an ability, so it can't
Yeah.
be counterspelled.
Yeah.
That's true. See? This just...
I flipped a coin and Xena turns and runs with the group because that was the side I rolled on. I actually really wanted her to give in to that temptation. She's got very good control so far.
A sensible decision, as that heart cleaver of his is really nothing to mess with.
If I had that two-sided die said 1 instead of 20, she would have gone.
It was a 15-foot reach with plus 17 to hit, doing 3d10 plus 10 damage.
Oh, she would have died,
Yeah.
but it would have been a glorious death.
Well,
I
I'm
gave her
glad
the
she was
opportunity.
sensible.
Xena, stop trying to be a Klingon.
No
It's
way.
not worth it.
Yeah.
An axe and a minotaur, and it was a combination of, yeah.
Imagine
Good
walking into Dagger Tree, dragging the head of this guy behind you.
Right?
I mean,
That's why
Oh my
she was
God.
very
feel-
tempted.
I feel like Xena would think that it's a glorious death, but it would just end up being like Maul's death.
Yeah, I know, right? So sad. So I'm both sad and happy that she's gonna be running. But yeah, she'll just double dash with the rest. Maybe teleport ahead 30 feet just because she still has a rage up, and then it
Why
falls.
not?
Oh no, she would have lost it actually. So I couldn't even make that decision because I didn't take a hit or hit anything. So I think I lost my rage.
Do you have persistent rage?
No.
You
Oh,
That's
you
you're
good.
would,
fine.
you would have it for one more round, let's say,
Oh,
because
okay.
you technically should have taken some damage from jumping over the wall, but you made a good landing, so you didn't.
Okay.
So I'll just count that towards a hit to sustaining rage.
You
Okay.
scraped your knee a little bit on one
Yeah.
rock that you landed on for the superhero landing,
Yeah.
just enough to keep it going.
I broke a nail.
So it sounds like the
That would
consensus
definitely keep her
is
rage.
everyone okay. Maybe not everyone. You all
Nexus has
leave Yixis
one-
behind.
Has one last trick up his sleeve to try. And he's going to have his familiar again come over here. And it's while this guy is distracted looking at everybody else, this very fast flying serpent familiar is going to come over and touch the ground with its tail. It's going to start tracing a rune because it's a touch spell to trace a rune. At least I feel like it should be. What's your consensus on that?
Go on, I'm listening.
Okay. And rune power Izaz to cover the ground underneath this guy's feet with ice to make an ice shoot towards the river. And then it's going to use the rest of its movement to start flapping behind the guy's head, trying to get him to fumble into the river. Unlikely, but I'm hoping that him not noticing that ice has formed under his feet, the fact that he's got hooves where he was expecting to be on dirt, and my familiar flapping its wings behind his head, trying to kind of get him to swat at it, will throw him off balance and give him disadvantage on the save.
Okay. So, assuming everyone else is running.
Oh, I will run too. That was my
yeah.
bonus action. Tell my
You're
guy to do that.
like looking over your shoulder at your familiar and this guy as you're making your getaway. And then he will, starting his turn on this ice, have to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. What is your spellcasting modifier plus
16.
proficiency?
You're looking for the spell save DC? 16.
Yes. 16? Okay. So he has to beat that 16. It's a disadvantage, so the lower of... Oh, man. That could have been real bad. But does roll an 18. So he slips for a brief moment, and it looks like he's about to fall on his ass and go sliding into the river. But as he's kind of stomping around, the sheer weight of this creature actually manages to stomp clear through the ice and several inches down into the ground as well, and keep his footing.
That's fair.
He does have an opportunity now, though, since he kept his footing, to make an attack against the thing that distracted him.
Sure.
And that will be... let's go with a bite attack. He doesn't have his weapons in his hand, so bite seems like a better option.
A tiny snake might be snack size to him.
Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yeah.
So, well, it's not a nice bite attack, is it?
No, snake poofs. It's just you don't even need to roll. This guy's pluses have to be more than 5 HP. So
Yeah, it was a plus 10.
snake poofs.
It would have been
Done.
120 damage. But he does not show any signs of crossing the river. He is standing there, still bellowing out his loud roars in your general directions. But he's not making chase. So all of you successfully, more or less, escape from this creature after crossing the river.
As
You
we're-
sprint.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say, as we're running, Xena's shouting, "Why is a large cow angry at us?"
I'll explain later.
Oh, right. Most of you don't even know, do you? Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. So you all sprint for a good while just to keep, or just to put more and more distance between you and it. And after a few minutes, you slow down to just your regular pace and catch your breath, now feeling a little bit safer than you were just a few minutes ago.
Okay, so at that moment, Ixis will somebody it marked Isa
No, it didn't even touch me.
Xena starts
Zarex, it's
checking
like what
her
you
for
do.
writing.
You need to spell it.
Somebody needs to spell it. It's like what Zarex does.
Xerax or Zara? I saw Zara dispel.
No,
Zara, can you do it?
It's like what
Dispel
Xerax
what?
does.
Oh,
A hunter's mark.
Can I dispel that? Xerix, is that something you can dispel? I'm not sure. I've never run into a situation where I need to remove it from someone.
In theory, it's a spell like anything else.
How long
They're
does
too
it
hot.
normally stay on someone if they stay alive and get away from you?
An hour.
At base
Um,
level.
Yeah, it's an hour at base level. I can tell you if he actually put some effort behind it, it could be up to 8 hours or 24 hours.
Can they use it to track us?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll dispel it.
Okay.
That's half the point of it.
Dispel magic is 3rd level, right?
Yes.
Okay, so roll that d20 for me again.
Jesus Christ.
I was
He's like-
really hoping you guys had forgotten about the Hunter's Mark. I
It's like,
No.
I cast Hunter's Mark at 9th level.
was hoping
Yeah,
I could
the
just
prob-
sneak that in there and you guys would get away and forget
All
it
right,
was
that'll
there.
be a 19.
19, yeah, you're able to dispel it. You aren't entirely sure what it is you're targeting, but you do feel some magic be dispelled once you cast your spell.
Yeah. The problem is it's only 5th level to cast the 24-hour version.
Yeah.
the problem is now we need to hide our tracks and our scent. I
I've got that.
already do that with special items I have on my person, but that doesn't help me when I'm in a group.
I will cast Pass Without Trace. And then I will
Okay.
once again bring up more of those stink flowers with the staff of flowers to cover the scent.
I would like to
I'll-
help.
I'll even have one of those flowers on the top of the staff. So it just got that.
Just run with it.
Just run with it, yeah.
I would like to also where our path kind of clearly where it could be found before we did all this other stuff, like where our path would end essentially for them,
Mhm.
or we would want it to end anyway. Zena's going to go into her pouch of spices that she has and grab basically the fantasy equivalent of cayenne pepper and sprinkle that around on the bushes and stuff that are kind of at level so that when he sniffs around, hopefully it will just completely F up his nose like it does with the dog.
Burn. That hurt.
Okay.
So he won't be able to
When
smell.
she does that, Iza will go and kind of build like a makeshift hut looking like thing right there, so it looks like when you try to make camp. So you try to lure it into the spot.
Yeah, it's easy enough to do, especially with the Pass Without Trace going. You guys aren't leaving any tracks as you're going around the area and laying these deterrents down. This will greatly impact the DC that he needs to beat should he choose to follow you guys.
So again, why is the large cow man angry at us? As Zena's
Very-
sprinkling cayenne pepper.
Very good question.
He seemed like it was personal, you know? Like, didn't just seem like he wanted to eat us, although I think that was on his menu.
Yeah, that was. I doubt it was the demon lord himself, but it was an avatar servant of sorts of, oh shit, I forgot his name.
Baphomet.
Baphomet. Thank you. I almost said Bahamut. I was like, nope.
Who
There's
plays
this
Bahamut?
shrine-
Bahamut's hanging out with a new crowd, I see.
Look, we found a shrine last night in the woods. It made us feel really bad, and Sabina said I could throw things at it.
No,
So I threw a rock.
didn't say at it. You said you wanted to throw it within the circle, and I said sure, and you decided to throw it at the actual shrine.
So you
No, I asked
disturbed a
permission.
shrine to.
She technically spit in the
God.
face of a demon lord. Yes.
Which
She does that a lot, doesn't she?
Yes, because someone thinks she's invincible just because at the sacrifice of our now lost friend,
Oh shit, where's Reen?
She
Didn't
is
she
in the
take off in
maze.
her maze thing to get out?
No,
That wasn't hers.
that was his.
Do we need to go back?
How can we get her when we don't have that kind of power?
I mean, she's pretty
Yixis.
powerful. Hopefully, she'll find her own
She
way,
is
right?
Trapped.
She's got her shit with her.
Trapped if she's lucky.
We can only hope that it wears off or she can get out or survive, but this is not good. This level of power this creature possesses. And it's not even the demon lord himself. We cannot even fathom the amount of power it has. We need to go.
He's in pretty thick. Definitely works out all the time.
He was toying with us at best, I'm sure.
Think his muscles had muscles. I mean, that's.
We do need to move.
I have goals now.
As much
We
as
need to
I
get
want,
to Delure.
as much as I want to find Reen, we can't dawdle around, not with something like that on our tail.
At the mention of rain, Yixis started crying, by the way.
I
Suck it up!
I
No!
I can keep it thrown off with my spells and the staff, but sooner or later, if we're not careful, it will catch up.
Well, let's try to get back home then, right?
We continue on to Delore.
That's why traveling in groups is sometimes troublesome. I can't be tracked unless I'm with a group.
You can't be tracked right now. I've got us covered for that.
That does help.
Thought I felt sneakier.
As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. No going off on our own. No chasing anything down. Our goal is Delore and Delore only.
Aye.
Let's go fast as possible.
Agreed, at least double time.
And someone keep their god's damn eye on Iza. And Subira will start running. Or walking, because technically you have to, like, stealthish, whatever. So walking away. She's
Yeah,
walking away.
I was gonna say you're gonna like start running,
can't really
running
run.
ahead of me. It's like you got to stay within a certain range of me.
Right. She stops.
So you
off.
you all have to match pace with Zara. You can run as long as it's at the speed that Zara's running.
Yeah,
All
Xena
the
has
Gnolls
to.
Naruto
She's like,
run.
I'm going so slow.
They all Naruto run, the ghost arm flopping in the
Gnolls
background.
just Naruto run.
So I believe there is one more block of travel for the day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it sounded like, even though you have to all keep pace with Zara, that Subira was kind of the first to venture out.
Yeah.
So let's have you do the travel roll, Subira.
Okay. Let me do.
Xena's in the rear, by the way, watching, keeping everyone's back.
I totally forgot who had her compass, but she definitely would have swiped that back or asked for it back.
Yeah, I imagine it's just being kind of passed around to whoever's leading.
That compass is her baby. So, 18.
Okay, and which skill was that you were?
Sorry,
using?
that was my navigator tools. So I was trying to use my navigation skills to remember from the maps and everything that we were told before on which direction Delure was and stay on the path.
Okay.
Where is my one? There's one. There's the It's far in there. 56.
56. Okay. So as you venture forward at a fairly quick pace, still wanting to put more distance between you and the encounter with this Minotaur creature, things go fairly smoothly. After about an hour of travel, you find a beaten path that seems to be headed in the direction that you need to go. So that makes your travel even smoother than it was previously. After about 15 minutes on this path, however, you spot something just sitting there in the middle of the path ahead of you, Subira, and it looks to be a small wooden box, like 6 inches on each side, and it is sitting open right in the middle of the path.
It's a box, you said? Just like
Yep.
a small box?
Just a small, plain wooden box.
She's gonna kind of hold up her paw to the group for everyone to kind of stop, and she's gonna point it out. That looks suspicious.
Just a bit.
It's just a box.
Nothing is just a box when it's standing open in the middle of a road.
Want me to go check it out?
Yes.
All right. Xena walks up to the box. What does she see?
Don't touch it, whatever you do.
She'll take out a spear
I'm readying a spell just in case.
or a javelin and gets close enough to peer into the box.
So you kind of stand over top of this box and look down inside of it, and it's not very deep. It's only maybe 2 inches deep to the bottom of this box, and sitting there inside of it is a small rusted key, like an old-timey skeleton key type of thing. Looks, judging from the rust, to be made of iron or something similar. There's nothing else in the box aside from that.
It's some old key. And I'll try to hook the key on the end of my javelin. Take it up out of the box.
Takes a little bit of doing, but you're able to hook the key on the end of the javelin and hold it up for everyone to see.
See? Can I touch the key? She'll flop it on the ground in front of Yixis. You want to check that out? Do your thing.
I will. If we have a little bit of time.
Yeah, time probably isn't. This probably isn't a good spot. We should probably keep going. Hold on. Xena will use the javelin again to pick up the key from the ground.
Okay.
And just put it into a bag.
A little awkward, but you're able to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Didn't touch
Yixis
it.
will hold open a pouch or something so that he can
Okay.
get to it later.
Bloop.
Okay. So
And I'll hand the
you,
pouch to Yixis.
Yixis, you can add rusted iron key to your inventory.
Xena kicks the box as hard as she can to see how far she can get it.
You get a damn good kick on that box, and like it flies apart in midair as well, and like the lid flies off. There's a hinge that falls off, and it lands in like 3 or 4 different places, like 20 feet out from you.
Yes.
The box might have been older than the key.
It may have been, but at the very least, you know the box wasn't magical. Otherwise, it wouldn't have broken. Right?
I was honestly expecting the box to be ironwood and Xena's breaking her foot.
I thought about it.
It's fair. So
Keep going.
all right, cool.
Okay. So you hit the road once more, and the next 45 to 50 minutes of travel are uneventful as the sun begins to dip down below the horizon and the moon begins to rise up into the air. Now you can do a forced march if you want to put some more distance between you and the Minotaur, or you can find a place here to bed down for the night.
I personally want some more distance.
I say we keep going.
Yeah.
Cow is real mad.
So for the forced march, I will have you do a group constitution save. And the results of that will determine whether or not you all get a point of exhaustion from the forced march.
Yeah, that's what it is. Nat 20 for Xena.
Nice.
That
Hope
20
that
for
helps
me
some-
too.
Really?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hold
For
on.
22.
Hold on. Okay. Xerax, what did you get?
Grand total of 7.
7. Okay.
Rangers don't have con proficiency.
Isa, what did you get?
23.
Okay. Xena.
Nat 20 for 24.
Okay. Yixis.
Dirty 20.
Subira.
At 20 for 22.
And Zara.
Big old whopping 5.
I like those low numbers, but unfortunately they are not low enough with all of those 20 pluses in there. So in your adrenaline heightened state, you guys are able to push onwards for another 2-hour block of travel with no penalties resulting from it. So who is taking the lead on this additional night travel?
I think Zara will, since she's still like once Pass Without Trace like wound down, because it only goes on for about an hour, right?
Yep.
Okay, so during this forced march, she would cast Pass Without Trace again to try to kill the trail.
Okay.
And then just continue leading everybody on, trying to throw off any sort of tracking that may be on him at the moment.
Okay. Give me a skill roll of some sort.
Survival.
Survival.
That'll be 16 for 23.
Good roll.
And then 78.
23 and 78. That's good, because things are typically more dangerous at night.
Yep.
But those were good rolls. So you lead the group, perhaps a little more cautious than normal as you press forward. You guys don't often travel at night, so you kind of keeping your ears and nose out for any dangers. And the first hour is almost pleasant. It is quiet. There's a very slight breeze blowing through the area. Because of the Pass Without a Trace, you aren't leaving any trails behind you, and nothing that you pass by seems to really notice that you're there. You walk past a couple deer just on the side of the pathway, having their nightly meal of grass and bugs, and they don't even look up from where they are as you all walk past. Thankfully, because of this Pass Without a Trace, they don't run off and cause a ruckus and perhaps get the attention of other things in the area. And the rest of the travel, even after the pass drops, is much the same, though this time any wildlife that is nearby scurries off before you guys get too close. And after 2 hours, you're fairly confident in the amount of distance that you've put between you and the river and this Minotaur creature, hopefully leaving all of it behind you, never to crop up again.
Never.
Never, ever.
Unless someone rolls a 1.
So at the end of that 2-hour block of travel, again, you can choose to force march if you want. DC will be much higher, but it is an option if you want to. Or you can find a place to set up camp nearby, and it would be easy enough to find a place because it's fairly clear right now. There is still tree cover, but it's not nearly as dense as the forest you were walking through before.
Just gonna look over at Yixis. We're gonna need that dome tonight.
He's just going to quietly walk over to the side of the road or wherever somebody points him to put it if they want to do that. If they don't, he's going to try to find someplace that seems like it's semi-hidden. And
you can find a place underneath a couple trees nearby, as hidden as you're going to be able to make it out here.
yeah, so he's going to ritually cast the Doom.
Just gonna look over at Isa and Xena. We're not gonna be able to hunt or cook tonight. We're gonna want to keep the scent down. We'll just stick with the mushrooms.
We have lots of leftover jerky from the
Yeah.
the giant thing that I hunted that screamed.
Keep anything with the scent sealed up.
Okay. Mushrooms it is.
inside the dome will help at least.
This sucks. I don't like Cow Guy. He's ruining everything. Look at poor Yixis. Sorry, man. She'll pat you on the back. I'm sure Reen will be alright.
And she'll cast good berry and hand everybody a little mushroom.
I feel like Yixis is slowly getting an ulcer from all of this traveling with us.
Just one.
One for each of
Just the
us.
one.
Yixis like ages like 20 years by the time we get back to Daggertree.
In the
It's like,
morning, he wakes up. Hey guys.
I left a boy. Get back on that.
I've seen some shit.
I've seen shit.
Hey.
Once the dome's up, he's going to ritually cast Identify on the key without touching it first. Just dump, like, open up pouch, dump.
Easy enough for you to do. You've done it several times up to this point. So once your ritual is complete, you identify this key to be something, well, it doesn't really have a name, but let's call it a key of picking. This key has a chance, a 1 in 20 chance of unlocking any door that you put it into. However, it's not unlimited. You can use this property of the key 3 times, regardless of whether or not it succeeds or fails. After the 3rd use, the key will break.
So Yixis will say that to the group and let whoever wants to pick it up, pick it up.
I wouldn't mind holding on to it if that's all right.
Go for it. I got my key right here. Xena holds up her axe.
Slowly puts a paw forward and slides it back to her. Puts it in her pouch.
Let's get some sleep, guys. He's
Yeah, you're all
middle of the
feeling
huddle.
very tired after the forced march, like right on the verge of exhaustion.
I don't
But
know what that
even-
means.
Even those of you that don't sleep are feeling physically tired. Not like I could go for a nap right about now type of tired, but you're sore, you've got no energy.
Taking easy in the middle, everyone's getting kicked tonight.
Yixis will take the first watch.
Okay?
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
Okay, and there will be no 4th since you did the forced march for that extra 2 hours.
Can I still read? It's relaxing.
You can. Yeah. Trying to complete that book still.
You know what? We've got like 2 episodes left. I'm like, I'm gonna complete it. God damn it.
You'll get there before the end.
Yeah.
So, as everyone has their mushrooms for dinner and beds down for the night, Yixis stays up to, uncharacteristically, I think, volunteer to take the first watch for everyone. He does not appear to be in a good state, I'd imagine.
So once everybody but Sabira goes to sleep, could I start the ritual for Find Familiar?
Yes, absolutely.
And would that be able to be counted, that hour count towards a short rest?
It would not be a short rest since you are casting a spell for the duration.
Okay. That's fine. So the way this will go then is the first hour will be the ritual for Find Familiar, and then the second hour will be, I guess the second hour while he's watching can still be a short rest, right?
Yes.
So that's what he'll do then.
So, which of your skills are you going to rely on for the watch portion of the watch?
I'm going to use nature.
Okay.
Sweet. 24.
24. Good roll. Follow that up with a percentile if you would.
I don't know why I'm forgetting to do that recently. That's going to be a 72.
24 and 72. Okay. So we will find out what, if anything, Yixis experiences during his watch after we come back from our first break of the evening. So we are going to just get up and stretch our legs and refresh our drinks, and everybody that's tuned in should do the same. Don't sit idle at your desk too long. It is horrible for the health. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
And we are back.
Anyway, similar stuff, but with
Similar
pictures.
concept.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. You know I'd play that, damn it.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
Oh,
I see a boon. Hi, boon.
So, Yixis,
yeah.
your hour of ritualistic magic goes off without a hitch. Your familiar is summoned once again. And just moments after the summoning of your familiar, as you're sitting there within the dome looking around, you happen to glance back in the direction that you guys came from. And as you look over there, you see clouds in the night sky light up. And a moment later, you hear a faint rumble of thunder. Give me a perception check.
This should be fun. Oh, actually not bad. 17.
17, okay. So it's very faint within these sudden clouds that have appeared, but you squint your eyes and you look hard through the night, the darkness, and you're fairly certain that you can see a very faint, glowing line stretching through the sky. Thinking back, it appears to be quite similar to the ley line in which Reen had attuned herself with, but definitely not one anywhere near as strong as that one was. This is minor at best. And as you come to that realization, you see what appears to be a lightning bolt striking down from it, but it doesn't immediately flash and then dissipate like lightning does. It strikes down and then it maintains its integrity, a connection in some way directly to a ley line.
Mm-hmm.
Something is happening back near the river.
Arcana check. See if I can glean any more information about what's going on.
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check.
I don't know why I said Arcana. 18.
18. You can hazard a guess, a fairly accurate guess, that someone or something has just tapped into a ley line in order to draw from its power in the very same way that Reen did during the ritual. The thunder that you're hearing, faint thunder in the distance, is likely the sounds of battle.
How far away was the river? Like we did like 3 or 4 hours of travel.
Yeah,
right?
the river was like 4.5 hours from where you guys are right now.
Okay. Well, there's quite literally absolutely nothing Dix can do right now. But the reason why he wanted that short rest is so that he can use his arcane recovery at the end of short rest. So in an hour of Yixis being super antsy and anxious, but not knowing what else he could possibly do, in an hour he's going to recover a 3rd level spell and use Sending to read.
Okay, so that will occur right at the end of your watch.
Mhm.
You will be able to use it before you go to sleep. And these sounds persist for a while, then they die down, and they're quiet for 15, 20 minutes, and then they pick up once again in a slightly different spot from where you were seeing the flashes of light and stuff originate from before. So whatever battle or fight or chase that's happening is clearly moving about that area, as there are moments of downtime and moments of battle. And it goes on for the duration of your watch and is still going on when you go to wake up whoever was taking second watch.
Okay, so before I wake anybody up, it's going to be the sending, and he's just going to. Let's see here. Reen, I can only do this once. Are you okay? If you are, we're safe for now, but try to find us.
Okay. You feel like your message has been delivered successfully.
So that alone gives him some small amount of comfort.
What languages do you speak? Oh wait, no, sending, as long as you can speak some languages, you understand each other, right? Or am I thinking of a different spell?
Yeah, but I mean, I've got several, but he probably would have done it in common because that's how he and Reen have talked to each other thus far.
Well, it doesn't say anything about languages in the spell, so I guess you just understand each other. Which is good. She was likely to respond in a different language at the moment, as she is under intense pressure and distraction. So she does, after a few minutes, respond to your message. And she simply says, "I'm running." That is all you get out of her.
Okay.
So as you look over at Subira, she is already awake and probably looking at you for some reason.
Heard the sending spell. Did she revive?
Yeah, she's running. I think all that. I think she's fighting that thing. Well, fighting and running.
Or perhaps it's how she came back. Either way, I'm glad she's back on this plane.
Hopefully that thing doesn't get her.
Hopefully. Are you dead? Is it my turn?
Yeah,
Go to sleep.
I'll try. Nexus tries to go to sleep.
Should actually pat him on the head.
That some level of caring from Subira? Does she care about a person? I don't believe
It's hard
it.
to say. Living person, anyway.
I mean, there's part of the party that thinks that she likes Yixis.
Yeah. When you all die, she will use your skulls to talk to. So yeah, I guess I will kind of like the night before, she's kind of on high alert, so she is gonna use her perception to just keep a very sharp eye out.
Okay. Perceive away.
That's a 10. That's right, I did it last time because I actually had advantage last time. I don't have advantage this time. No, but 83.
Okay, and make sure I heard you right. What was the perception number?
10.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah.
But 83 is really high, so that's
Yeah.
good at least. And there is something relatively nearby that is scaring off a lot of the local wildlife. And you notice this as you're sitting there within that dome. semi-camouflaged beneath the trees, and I assume the dome is colored to blend in as well. You see deer and birds, a couple, I was going to say raccoons, but it doesn't feel right to include raccoons.
Not anymore.
A couple
Trash pandas are sacred.
moles running past your camp in the opposite direction from where you know there is chaos currently happening. And it seems that whatever it is exactly that's happening over there in the distance is doing a good job of keeping things from paying attention to you guys. Nothing in the area seems to notice you, or if they do notice you, they don't seem to care that you're there. They just care about getting out. It doesn't appear as though this battle is getting closer to you guys. It is still moving around, and there are brief breaks in the battle, but it doesn't seem to be getting closer. So that's good, at least. And this goes on for another hour and a half or so before the sounds and sights of this battle finally come to an end. The connection to the ley line in the sky is severed, and the ley line itself disappears from sight. The sounds die out. Your watch comes to an end without any real significant incidents occurring.
Okay, at the very end, she is actually going to, because it's a spell, she'll have to walk outside the dome. She's going to go ahead and just step gently outside the dome and pull out her bell branch and just lightly let it ring as she tries to feel for any fiends or anything nearby. I think it's 60 feet, within a 60 feet radius of her. 60 feet, yeah.
Sounds about right. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any within 60 feet. All appears quiet and well.
As soon as she gets that feeling of nothingness from the bells, she'll slip back in to the dome. Slightly satisfied, but still wary. And she'll go ahead and she'll wake up. Oh God, who was next?
Xenia was next. She is currently AFK, but I believe Tam is going to do the roll on her behalf.
Yes, I am.
I don't know. Her rolls today have not been great.
They've been hit or miss. So she wants to do zoomies.
You swapped out your dice, right?
I did.
Please tell me you swapped it out.
Let's see if I can add up her stuff correctly. That's a 22 on her zoomies.
Okay, that's a good roll.
And- Yeah, rolled a 14. That's not bad. And a 66 for the percentiles.
22 and 66. Okay, so all of you are kind of keeping the same pattern with your watch rolls tonight. You're kind of breaking even on everything, and nothing really encroaches on you. Same deal with Sabira's watch. Anything that does pass through the area pays you no mind, even with Xena occasionally running outside of the dome, doing her little zoomies around it. There doesn't appear to be any problems, any creatures, any shrines in the area. All is quiet and well. When morning finally breaks and all of you get your full long rest, you wake up. So the dome itself is going to go for another 2 hours. So you can hang around in this area if you want to, or have your breakfast and leave. Whatever you choose to do.
First thing Yixis does when he wakes up is do another sending to Reen. Reen, are you okay?
The message is delivered, but there is no response.
Just like before, Superior is gonna ring for Bell Branch.
And same deal as when you did it during your watch. There does not appear to be anything triggering its detection.
We should not assume that it's gone. We should be cautious and quickly eat and be on our way. The sooner we are back at home, the better.
I
Cast
think
Goodberry
Reem-
and give one to each.
I think Reem made it, but she didn't respond.
She's
Maybe
too
she's
probably being
asleep.
cautious.
At the moment,
Probably.
she's on her own, unless we run into her again.
Yixis will use the time remaining in the hut to ritually cast shaman armor and to get another tiny servant up and about.
Okay. Easy enough to do with the time you have. As everyone has their good mushrooms for breakfast, is there anything anyone wants to do before you set out once again?
Yeah, Superior already said her piece. She already did her thing. So, yeah, that's it from her.
Okay, so what is going to be the marching order as you move forward during the day?
Subira is going to be hanging out in the back again, watching the front, and then passing off her compass to whoever is going to lead.
Derek's will probably be running sort of mid-pack, just to keep an eye on everything.
Xena's at the back too, wanting if anything were to come up from behind, hopefully they'll target her first.
So Isa will take towards the front for the same reason. Just kind of put the
Zara will stay in the middle and cast Pass Without Trace to give a little more cover.
Where is Yixis positioned?
In the middle, as always.
In the middle, as always. Okay, so it sounds like
Fishy.
Isa, you are taking the lead right now.
Alrighty. I
When
guess I will.
Subira hands you the compass, she gives you kind of like a, like, don't fuck up today kind of stare and hands you the.
Since I have the compass, we'll use survival.
Okay.
You cursed my dice by saying that. I'm blaming you for this, Oro. I'm blaming you.
That's completely fair.
That is a natural one. I am blaming you.
Yeah, you put that in the universe.
You
That
put
is
it out
Well-
there.
Subira's upset.
It is 76 on the percentile, but that was a natural one. I'm blaming Sabira.
That was a natural one.
Subira gave you the
What?
look.
What would it have? What is it when you add your
5.
skill modifier? Anyways, okay, 5. Not 1 for a 5.
So as you're leading the group forward, you end up straying a little bit from the beaten path before you, deliberately so. You have the compass, and you know exactly which direction you need to go in. And the compass is telling you that you need to go off of the path right now. It bends down southward, and you don't need to go directly south. Thankfully, the foliage isn't too dense. You're in a little bit of a valley almost, and the ground is relatively flat and mostly grassy. There are some clusters of dense trees, but otherwise you have a pretty good view on where you're going and what lies ahead of you. And as you approach a particularly cleared, like oddly almost cleared section of trees, you spot a few very large stones that are placed in a peculiar pattern. There are 3 of them, and it looks like they've been deliberately lined up in a strange way. These stones are much, much bigger than you are. So in order for something to line them up like this, they would have to be immensely strong. But currently, you're about 80 feet away from them.
Should she get a sense that something put them out there, right?
It looks like they were placed deliberately. Whether they were arranged in a way that means something, it can't really tell from this distance, and you don't really know like if there's any markings or anything on them, but they are like in a perfect line with each other, and they're all about the same size too.
As a hunter, could she fathom some reason to line up rocks like this to catch people, funnel them, anything? What can she make heads or tails of why something would line them up?
Give me a survival roll.
That's better. That's a 15.
15. You can't really think of any reason why any creature or anything really would want to line up rocks like this. It's 3 rocks. What are you gonna accomplish with 3 rocks?
I think in that case, she's just gonna continue forward because she can't think of anything that would harm them from having the rocks lined up like this. She'll keep going.
Okay. Your current path will be having you pass by the rocks, like right by the rocks. So you could get a closer look while you're walking by if you want, or you could just walk past them.
I feel like she'd try to, after the bird incident, she'd probably try to skirt it a little bit wide.
Okay. How wide?
30 feet from the rock.
30 feet, okay.
And then keep going. You keep a good eye on them as she passes by, though.
As the group begins to give the rocks about 30 feet of distance and passing by them, any of you that find these rocks interesting can give them a closer look if you want, or as mentioned, you could just walk right on by.
Xena will, because it looks like a feat of strength, and she wants to try to figure out like what kind of creature could have done this.
Zara, being a druid, Zara will too.
Subir remembering the other stone little mini shrine and then the big muscly looking minotaur, she's curious.
Okay.
And wary.
So those of you that are taking a look at these stones, are you doing it from that 30-foot distance, or are you approaching them to take a close look?
She'll probably get maybe 10 feet closer.
Okay. So about 20 feet or so from them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to do history from the 30 feet.
Okay.
Xena would actually like to look around the area, because she doesn't really care about the stones themselves. She's curious. Her mindset is, are there giants here that I can fight? So she's trying to see what created it, if there's any signs or tracks of anything. Like, that's her focus. Her focus is actually not on the stones, just to be clear.
Zara will do a religion check to see if there's any druidic significance to these 3 stones.
So I guess mine would be like investigation or survival, or what do you want?
We'll start with Xena here, and you can give me an investigation or a survival, your choice.
Okay, so I rolled a 19 on my die when you told, does anyone want to do something? I rolled. And that plus survival is going to be 21.
21? Okay. You give the immediate area a good once over, and you don't see any obvious signs of giants or giant-like creatures having been in this area.
Okay, that's what Xena's going to do. She's looking and getting huffy when she doesn't find anything.
Okay. Zara, you can give me. We're gonna call it a nature roll, but you can use your wisdom for it.
Nature or religion?
Oh, your choice.
Okay, but I could use my wisdom, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So a wisdom roll of 12.
12. There doesn't appear to be any druidic markings on the stones themselves, and looking around the area, you don't see any markings around as well, and you can't think of any religious reason for these stones to be lined up.
I was
the way that
wrong.
they
It
are.
was a 15, but
Same deal.
same deal, yeah.
And who else was doing checks?
I was doing a history from the safety of 30 feet, and I rolled a nat 1 for a total of 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, they're big stones that look like they've been placed here. Why? Who knows? You're a little bit distracted at the moment. And Subira, what type of information were you looking to beam here?
Probably a religion.
Okay.
$23.
23. Okay. There does not, as far as you know, that there is not any significant reason for these stones to be lined up the way they are or placed here in this way. I mean, you don't know everything about every religion, but you can't think of any religious significance to this particular arrangement.
Can I do like an intelligence roll or something to see if there's like a pattern or shape that this is in, possibly?
I mean, you can see it with your eyes. It's just 3 very large stones lined up all next to each other to form a line. It doesn't look like they're, making an arrow to point at anything. It doesn't look like they're arranged in the way of a structure or anything like that. It's just 3 big rocks.
Xena shouts out, "Bored now. There's nothing here."
Well, that's maybe a
going.
good thing.
Doesn't hurt to be cautious.
Thought there might be giants. Lame.
What about Xerax? Is Xerax doing anything?
Mostly just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
We've been ambushed by one large, very angry creature so far. And I'm I'm not fully convinced that he's not still tracking us.
Are you saying there's something suspicious about 3 large stones lined up?
Yes.
Nope, nothing suspicious at all.
Give me a perception check, Xerax.
23.
23. Okay. I will keep that number in my mind and act accordingly should something happen.
That's fair. Unfortunately, Ranger does not trust lack of tracking.
So everyone has done their checks and nobody can really figure out any significance to the area. So are you going to just continue on with your travel, or are you perhaps going to get an even closer look at these 3 ordinary stones?
Stop saying that. Nope.
Yeah, I think
Xena has
Keep
no
walking.
reason.
given our current track record, I think Zara's, just inclined to just keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
If there wasn't a demon avatar minotaur potentially chasing us, Subir probably would have. But considering what happened just the other day with rock formations and everything, she's like, no.
So, as you all turn to leave the area, it's a darn good thing that Xerax has such a ridiculous perception, because these things would have gotten a surprise attack on you if his perception was any worse. And what you see, or hear rather, Xerax, what you see is these stones all kind of unfurl as though they were each a curled up creature.
Oh, Jesus.
And they
Why did I have that
appear
feeling?
to be what almost looks like a massive crocodile, each of them. But the color of their skin is shifting to match the terrain around them.
Oh, bad crocodile. Bad crocodile.
So I need everyone at this point to roll me initiative.
I honestly thought there was like some writing on the other side and we'd trigger something and some sort of explosion or something.
I just needed somebody to get within 10 feet of any of them, but none of you would.
God, no! Thank God that was actually on a on initiative.
Ranger not trusting things?
It was a smart move. It was a very smart move.
Look, now Eva can roll decently.
Okay. Oh, nice. One of them is at the top. Which one is it? Okay.
Things
So
you
as
don't want to hear.
the rest of you turn to rejoin the group, Xerax, you spot it first as they begin to unfurl, and you have a moment to warn your companions, which stops these creatures from getting a surprise attack on them. And the moment Xerax starts to speak, Yixis and Iza see it as well, as these creatures unfurl from this form that they're in and begin charging towards you guys. One of them is at the top here. It is this one right up here, and it is going to go for the nearest target, which just happens to be Subira.
First does.
It is going to make several attacks
I'm-
against you.
Several.
I'm gonna need a Constitution save from it first. As
Okay.
as it steps into range, I'm gonna use Halo of Spores.
That is going to be a 7.
Ah, it's gonna take a whopping 3 points in necrotic damage.
3 points is 3 points. I don't know how many times you guys have left creatures at 1 HP, so that 3 points can make a big difference.
I mean, that's true.
So it is going to lunge forward at you, Subira, and attempt to bite you with its very large jaws. Actually, let me bring up this creature.
Rawr.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's like a
It's all see-through-y.
humongous crocodile crossed with a chameleon.
Not okay. Not okay.
So that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Ow.
I was worried you were gonna say nat 20.
It was close, but not quite. That's okay, because this is still going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Although not if I roll a 1 on that die like that again. "23 piercing damage you are going to take as this thing's massive jaws clamp down around you, and I need you to make a strength save for me.
Oof. Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You don't need to do that. You're just automatically grappled.
Oh. Oh, okay. I would like him, assuming it's gender, To make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Okay, let's see. What is their dexterity? It's all right. Nope, it's not. That's a 6.
Yay! So as she gets clamped on, her eyes kind of glow white, and this black fire just emits from her as she casts Hellish Rebuke. And that's a 5d10, my friend.
Nice.
And it's
Yeah.
a nasty spell, especially from a warlock.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if there's anything else involved in this. I think it's just the damage. There's no other special thing. Yeah, that's it. Just the full damage. So sweet. So. Oh my god. That's already starting out fantastic. 2 10s. That is 43 fire damage.
Fire damage. Ouch.
Nice.
As it's just its mouth and part of its body just gets engulfed in black flame.
And that is why there is several of these things and not just one, like the combat creator thing told me to do. Yeah, you shoot flames right down this thing's throat, and it screams out in pain, though keeping you secured in its jaws.
It's okay. Little char.
And being very unhappy with what you just did,
Yeah.
it is going to attempt to claw at you.
Eh.
Oh, that actually may miss. 15?
Oh, it does miss.
Okay. Well, good thing it has another one, so it can try again.
No!
That's
way.
much better.
No.
That's a 27 to hit.
That misses.
So, that miss is going to do some damage to you here. That's 14 slashing damage as it kind of brings its neck over to the side of its body and reaches up with its kind of stubby leg and claws at you slightly, just catching you right on the calf and leaving a nice deep gash.
Ouch.
That brings us
Ouch.
over to Iza.
I got one in front of me that's looking like it's been charred a bit. She'll run up to it, and I'll make 2 attacks. My sword. So that's a dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay. And then since I hit, when you hit a creature, yes. So when I hit a creature, so I'm going to make it a maneuvering attack since I
Okay.
hit it, and allow Xena to move half her speed.
Okay, so Xena, as a reaction, you can move up to half of your speed in any direction.
Oh,
Oh, did I just ruin it for you?
you ruined my plan.
Sorry.
Screw
My
it.
bad.
Screw it. Xena's gonna have to suffer for this.
So that's
That's
17
fine.
slashing.
Okay.
I
Sword.
was just trying to aggro the others so they wouldn't hurt my friend.
I doubt that hits at a 11.
An 11 does not hit.
Why not? Let's just action surge.
Why not? That's what it's there for.
No, that one doesn't hit either. That's lower. The hell? 13.
13 is also a miss, I'm afraid.
You get that one good
Burn
roll
all
out
your
of these
dice.
dice.
Burn all
your
the
dice are acting like mine usually do when I'm controlling monsters.
I mean, this is how they originally played for Iza, so I shouldn't be surprised. But we had a good several sessions, so I have to pay for it.
That's fair. But you did get one hit on that one, at least.
I got to
Bit of
move.
damage there.
You know what? seen a move too, so there's something.
That brings us to Xerax.
Okay. I want to do that, but I also know better. We're gonna go with Old Faithful, and we're gonna start by hunters marking that one.
Always a good start.
And you know what? We're just gonna go for damage. Ow. Ow. Sure. Questionable. 14 to hit.
14 does not hit. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, we'll try again. It's okay. I got 2 of these. That will hit. That's a nat 20.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
Yeah,
makes
total
up for the
28.
miss.
So that's a brutal, which is
Come on. Knowing your modifiers a lot.
And does Hunter's Mark go off for the double as well?
It sure does. Anything that modifies the damage of that strike.
Alrighty. Glorious. I'm just gonna throw this in chat for my own personal well-being. Okay, so that's okay. 37 damage.
37 damage. That is
Dang.
hefty damage for a single strike.
Wow.
Sir. And unfortunately, that's sort of all I can do at the moment.
Well, it's a turn well used, I'd say.
Do I have its attention now?
You sure do. Yixis, I see your AoE trackers up there. What have you got up your sleeve?
No,
for
that's
us?
mine.
Oh,
I'm mad now because I have to think of something. I have to think of a way to not hit my friends.
you're a druid. You control the battlefield, whether your friends are in it or not.
Not my fault they decided to step there.
Is Shadowfox muted?
I am sorry, I was. I'm hoping I have something pretty clever up my sleeve, namely a deck of cards. And he's gonna pull a card and throw it.
Okay.
Like over here.
Are we about to get another Ultra Instinct tag?
Could you ping that again for me? I was on a different window.
Over here.
Over there? Okay.
And I can't believe what I pulled. But it's the Ace of Hearts.
Ace of... Ooh. Okay, let me just grab that token real quick. Does it specify which one?
What is it?
Well, you'll see.
Oh, it's a dragon.
I'm sure
dragon?
Xena
Oh, thanks for
would-
spoiling the surprise.
Oh, I totally guessed. I didn't know. I was just guessing.
Oh no, that's not a good thing.
So
It'll
all of
be
you
fun.
see a large red dragon
Oh
my God.
suddenly appear to the north of these creatures.
Now, is it the sexy red dragon?
No,
Aww.
that wasn't a red dragon. That was a different type of dragon. That was a flame dragon.
Oh, that's right.
That's gonna change
The one
what
that Ash
Xena's gonna
flirted with?
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was the flame
Oh.
dragon.
Oh, that's right.
I thought he was a magma dragon.
It's same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
damn
sorry.
it.
It's
still
from
got this covered.
Tome of Beasts,
You're like,
the flame dragon.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
so all of you see this large red dragon apparate, and it's
and
not look happy.
to sell the illusion, it looks like it lands, its head goes down and then pops back up and roars. And at the same time, when Yixis sees what he pulled from this deck, he's going to, as a bonus action, cast Dragon's Breath on Tiny Servant and have Familiar fly and drop Tiny Servant off at the dragon, and it's going to make it look like the dragon does a breath attack.
Oh,
Perfect.
clever
I love it.
girl. Oh god.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
That is
So-
so cool.
Tiny Servant ends up inside the illusion, and Flying Snake is over here somewhere. And it's going to do a fire cone attack so as to not hit his friends, but to hit these. I think a 15-foot cone should be able to hit the second creature here.
It'll get the first one and just get the second one as well.
Yeah. So they need to make I think it's a dexterity save.
Let's see.
Let's see here. Dexterity saving throw. Yes.
Yes. I just happen to have the red dragon sheet open for some reason. Yes. Okay, so good lord. The first one rolls a 4. The second one rolls a 4. Not rolling that die anymore.
Feel you.
Makes a bike horn noise. God damn it, Ryan.
Yeah. It roars and just makes a bicorn noise.
I'll never be able to watch The Hobbit and take Smaug seriously again.
So, rule of cool. Let's say that the head of this illusory dragon follows the movements of your tiny servant.
Awesome. Yeah, I was gonna have it like dip down. Have you seen Rain of Fire?
Yes.
You know how when that dragon does its breath attack, its head is almost on the ground.
Yep.
Like that kind of thing. Okay, so not super high, but pretty good. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Okay. They both failed, so they both take all of that. Alright, there is a dragon on the battlefield now. A dragon. And all of you saw very clearly that this dragon just used its breath attack. So, anything else from you, Yixis?
That is. Oh, I could move, and I think I will move. I think I'll move all the way up to the corner.
That is going to bring us to that one down there. I think it is going to... I think it's just going to attack Xerix, because he's right there, and it did not get caught in that breath attack. So it is too dumb to care about anything else.
That's not what I want to hear from that.
The other two, though, they were caught in the breath attack, so their attention is at the big nasty thing that just breathed on them.
I mean, this thing just roared and
It did. these guys also have really, really bad intelligence.
I was hoping that would make
Xerax.
them scared of it.
Yes.
That is going to be an 18 to hit.
That will indeed hit.
That will indeed hit. Okay. This is the nasty one. This is the bite. So that's going to be... Keep rolling ones on the damage for the bite, though. 22 piercing damage. And you are grappled in this thing's maw.
Okay.
And then it is going to try to claw at you. But that's not gonna work as it rolls a nat 1.
Mm,
Why are all my monsters terrible, guys?
that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so it's going to reach up and claw at you with its right hand. It's not a hand, but its right foot. But as it reaches out, it kind of gets one of its claws, excuse me, one of its claws caught in part of your armor, and it twists its hand in such a way that the claw ends up breaking off. Now, any
can't
claw
feel good.
attack that it does with that hand is going to be at disadvantage.
And it's flailing around with blood everywhere. Make it stop.
Yeah. And that is also going to end that one's turn. Because breaking a claw does not feel good. Xena, you're up, and there are some targets that are perhaps more enticing than others.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there like an intelligence check for seeing if it's really an illusion or something
Yes.
that I should probably make for her? Because she
so-
definitely wants to head straight to that dragon carelessly.
With the deck of illusions, creatures can use their action to make an intelligence check, investigation check,
Oh, it
to
would
visually inspect it.
It would have to. I think someone would have to think suspiciously to even try to look at that, though.
Well, you have seen Yixis use this before.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
and
that uses
recently.
an action, so I don't know if Xena wants to do that. I guess I'll flip a coin for that part. Yeah, she ain't about that. That sucks. So this is what happens. Xena's gonna rage as she sees this. She was about to just get angry, but then just goes full rage when she sees a red dragon breathing fire appear. It turns into a glorious rage. She's super amped right now, and let's see what happens on the. Okay. All right, so I rolled a 4. So magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you're holding until your rage ends. The weapon's damage type changes to force damage, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If the weapon leaves your hand, the weapon reappears in your hand at the end of your current turn. Oh, okay, that's gonna change some things.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
She was gonna just run over there, but maybe she can maneuver. Can she squeeze through these things to like there or no?
Yeah, I'll say yeah, because I mean they're like crocodiles, right? They're long and skinny.
Okay.
Skinny.
And then she's going to throw her great axe. So she can do that right now. And I guess it's force damage now.
Yep.
So at the dragon, because there's a dragon.
Okay.
Reckless attack.
Or Xena.
I don't know why you're even rolling.
Because I want to see how badly
Because
she's fooled. She
Xena
rolls a
believes it's
25.
dragon.
She knows this hit is going to nail this dragon.
Yeah, in fact, it's gonna get like right center on its chest, but as the axe should be making contact with it, it instead just kind of disappears into the dragon, and half a second later, you hear it hit the ground on the other side.
What the? Do I know now that it's an illusion, or is Xena
You
still
now have
confused?
another intelligence save that you can roll because you physically interacted with it.
Yes.
Does that take an action, or do I just roll intelligence?
I believe when you
Reaction.
interact with it, you can just make that check.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Sorry, I got a nat 20. Xena's dumb as shit, but with a
So-
nat 20, I guess.
What happens is you still see the dragon, but it's extremely transparent. It looks, not that we would know what a hologram is in character, but it looks kind of like a hologram.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can actually see Yixis's tiny servant where the dragon's head is.
I will snap my face towards Yixis for a moment, snarl, because he's teased me so badly. And I think I can I call my axe back this turn, or do I have to wait? Let me see what
I believe it just reappears in your hand at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Through Mew Mew.
Yeah, at the end of my current turn. So I have another attack. So I'm gonna take my normal great axe, because I threw my special great axe. I infused it with that ability.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take my normal great axe and actually the javelin of lightning, I can use that. I can just jab with it too, right? Would I be
Yes.
able to get the lightning strike across if it hits that way too?
Let me double check the wording on that.
Oh, I see. It's each creature in a line.
Okay, so the javelin, the lightning part of it can only be triggered when you throw it.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna use my other great axe and take that out and just swing at the one in the middle one.
Okay.
Reckless attack. Okay. Because that's still up from my first reckless. So that's a 21.
21, that'll hit.
$15 points of is it turn all of my magic? Oh no, one of my choice. So of slashing damage.
Okay. Is a decent hit on that guy.
And that's it for me.
All right, that brings us over to Zara.
I'm so happy she got obsessed with that dragon.
It maneuvered me away.
Because that is perfect.
That is perfect.
So Zara's gonna just like bring up a hand, and just a small expanding cloud of black spores are gonna fill an area as she casts confusion.
Ooh. Haven't seen that spell in a while.
So everything within that 10-foot radius, or that 10-foot sphere, is going to need to make a wisdom save at the start of their turn. I think it's at the start of their turn. Let's hold on. Must succeed on a wisdom saving throw when you cast the spell. Okay, yeah, so they have to make it now.
All right. We'll start with one at the top there. Wisdom save. He's gonna roll a 4.
Okay, so he's gonna fail.
One in the middle. He's gonna roll a 14.
That one's gonna fail.
And one at the bottom is gonna roll a 3.
So all three of them fail. So on their turns, because they failed, you have to roll a d10 to see what action they take. And at the end of their turns, they can make another wisdom saving throw to see if they snap out of the confusion. Oh, and they cannot take reactions.
I love using that spell on people. Don't like it when that spell is used on me.
It's a brutal spell.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you thought you were gonna do something for the next minute? I don't think so.
Yeah, I was like seriously thinking like, which two am I gonna hit? Because I know barbarians don't have the greatest wisdom. And it's like, do I really want to lock Xena down so she's not allowed to do anything for the fight?
But it all worked out perfectly. So any movement or anything from you on your turn?
She's gonna hold her ground right there.
Okay. So this one gets to start off its turn by making a roll. D10. Okay. So where's that? That is a 6. So it is going to...
Doesn't move or take actions.
Yeah, it's going to stand there looking really confused. And that brings us over to Subira, who are currently within this thing's jaws. You can use your action to try and break free with a strength check, or you can do something else.
I don't have strength.
But it doesn't. It doesn't have a reaction.
I know, but
it
I still
doesn't,
have to have a good enough strength to get out.
You are still clamped down in its jaws.
And that's my dump stat. And I don't want to waste my other spell to Misty Step, so I am going to... God damn it. I'm going to look into its eyes and peer wide as it starts to get a headache. So I cast Mind Spike. And it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. I don't want to use that die anymore. I don't want to use that die anymore. I'm not going to use that die anymore either. That's all of my d20s have rolled nat ones at this point. So that's a 2.
Okay, so not only does it take the full psychic damage, I also know the target's location for up to an hour. And even if it's invisible, it cannot hide from me.
Okay. Its location is around you.
Well, yes, but I mean up to an hour.
Yes.
So if it runs off, if it goes invisible and wants to scamper away, it can't, from me at least. Okay, so that's a bunch of D8s, I believe. That's a 5D8.
Oh, Fox! It also gets to make a wisdom save since it's the end of it, the start of its turn, the end of its turn.
It rolled a 4.
Dice are bloody.
It's still there.
I'm getting new d20s.
No, just keep rolling those ones.
Oh.
I like feeling useful for once.
34 psychic damage.
That is a heavy hit. That one is not looking great.
She's just gonna kind of look at it and go, drop me. That's it.
I was gonna say there's a look of understanding, but it's dumb and confused. So
That's fair.
it kind of stares blankly at you.
You're trying to talk to a Psyduck right now.
Yeah, I am.
Pretty much.
I am. And I heard its brain, so it's even more so like a side hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except this
Okay.
one doesn't do awesome things when its headache gets bad enough. It just dies.
Has anyone seen the Pokemon movie?
Yeah.
What the Psyduck fucking does in that one? It's like, oh god, it's ticking time
Yeah, it
bomb.
goes
Jesus
nuclear.
Christ.
So it is that one's turn now, and it rolled 7. Please tell me 7 does something. Creature uses its action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. Okay. Its reach is 10 feet. So Dragon is 1. Isa is 2. Subir is 3. Friend is 4. And Xena is 5. It's going to attack its friend.
Yeah.
This traps with all of my monsters.
Hell yeah.
Oh dear. Thankfully, its mouth is occupied, so it can't use its really nasty attack. It's just gonna claw at its friend.
It just slams Xerix into it. It's a melee weapon.
That's gonna be 23 to hit, which absolutely hits its friend. And its friend, why can't I roll this damage against you guys?
Dar's just sitting back like, my job here is done.
Its friend is gonna take 17 points of slashing damage. And then at the end of its turn, it is going to make that wisdom save again. 21. It is not confused. But it is almost dead.
Does it feel bad for hurting its friend?
No, not really. It's too dumb to realize it just hurt its friend. And that brings us over to Iza.
Iza's going to attempt once again to hit this thing with her sword. No,
You can do it, Iza. We believe in you.
I can't. I guess bonus action, I'll try and hit it with my shield, which I didn't pop out the spikes on, but we'll try just for something. 16.
I'm afraid not, Iza.
Down to 4 different dice I haven't tried yet.
We're having the same kind of day here.
Iza's just a little off.
So, Xerax, you are up. You are currently clutched in this thing's jaws. You can use your action to do a strength check to try and free yourself, or you can just attack from where you are.
Muted.
Attacks made while grappled are a disadvantage.
I don't think so.
That's if you're restrained, I think.
Yeah. Still. I think the only thing grappled does is mess with your movement and stuff. Yeah, no, attacks are normal.
Cool. To get it to let me go, I'm going to take the sword and shove it directly down its throat, which I have clear access to.
Yes, you do.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay, and it has those, plus 1 of those, plus it's taken damage.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. 25 damage.
Ooh, 25 damage. Hard hit.
And I lose that die. And I will fire off Planar Warrior on it as well.
Okay.
And do that again. Goodbye, dice. 26 to hit.
Absolutely.
That's depressing. 15 damage.
15 damage. That was a lot of damage to that guy in one turn. He's not looking great either. You can feel the warmth of blood beginning to dribble out of his mouth around you.
It's his option. He can let me go now, or he can have that happen again.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. See if he's smart enough to let you go.
I'd like to let go of the thing that keeps stabbing me internally.
If my food is stabbing me, should I let it go?
He's
Or chew faster.
not smart enough to not eat a porcupine. Ixis, you're up.
Okay, so first things first, Yixis is going to shout out at Xena. It's here to help us. Don't fight with it. Take a step back towards it. And hopefully
It
that
side
gets
eyes you, Xena.
it smiles at you in a very friendly way and kind of like, come closer, fight with me.
And in your culture, showing teeth is a sign of aggression, so it obviously wants to fight you.
Yep, that just spurs her on.
But she already knows it's an illusion, so
Yeah.
too bad.
Tease.
And let's see here. So you've allowed me to sketch a rune with my my familiar before.
Yes.
So this guy is going to fly. Wait, which one is the one that looks really hurt? The one that got attacked by his buddy.
The one that is closest to the dragon.
The one that's closest to the dragon. Okay.
Yep. He's looking the worst.
So that's actually even better because it's closer. So, okay, first things first. The dragon will rear its head and do a breath attack. This is a 15-foot cone. According to the template that I saw. And I've posted it in Discord if you want to take a look, Fox.
I will say that you would have to also include these two squares here, which still doesn't get your companions, so you're fine.
Okay. Sure. So that's going to be...
I've always seen a 15-foot cone 15 feet out and 15 feet broad.
Yeah,
at
look
its
in the
endpoint.
Discord.
I did
and
look at it.
If you disagree with it, it's cool, but...
Because it seems weird to me that a 15-foot cone would only be 10 feet broad at its furthest point. But either way, you don't hit your companions, so you're good.
So it's going to do that. So they need to make a dex save.
Let's see what's their dexterity again. That's a 6 and a 10.
Neither saves. 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Does that happen to take that one down?
It does not.
Okay. Unfortunate, but still. Hopefully the scent of blood will sell this one, because for my action, I'm going to have my familiar fly over to this one and trace the rune Perto on its back. I'll drop that in chat. It's going to fly away. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. That's right. I never put the description in on the spell card.
Okay,
you sent me the picture of it.
I'm
But
looking it up right now.
I'm sorry. I thought I had put that in there.
That is okay.
Rune power, 4th level. When you spend one action tracing Perto on a creature, you can change the creature's appearance, following the guidelines for disguised self. If the creature has intelligence 3 or higher, it can change its own appearance. The rune remains effective for 1 hour. But given the fact it doesn't know what's going on, I wanted to control its appearance.
So in order to do that to that one, you will first have to basically make
A touch attack.
A touched attack, yes, using your familiar stats for that.
Uh-huh. Okay, +6 to hit. How does a 20 hit you?
20 will do it.
Dirty 20.
Okay, and that alters them like the disguised self, it says.
So I want to make it look like an injured giant bunny rabbit.
So disguise self usually only alters clothing, armor, or weapons.
I thought it alters appearance too.
It does, but doesn't change like what the creature type would be, essentially. Like it can't change a snake into a spider type of thing. It's for changing a human appearance into a different human appearance. Yeah, so you can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you.
Wow, that bunny has an awfully long snout.
Yeah, it does. Never mind. I thought I was onto something clever. All right.
I mean, you could still do something similar to that. Like, you could change its appearance to reflect that of, like, an injured, normal crocodile type thing rather than this massive, strong beast that it actually is.
I basically want to make it look like easier, already injured prey for these things.
Yeah, and you could do that with that. So
Okay,
changing
so
it into
something
that
along
would,
those lines then.
yeah, reflect an ordinary version of the creature that it's modeled after, basically. And given that it is bleeding profusely, it most definitely does look, smell, and sound injured. I will add a marker to that guy, so I don't forget that. We'll just put, I don't know, that on him. Okay, so Yixis just going around the battlefield making dragons appear and changing appearances. Anything else from you?
There's nothing else I can do.
Okay, that brings us to this one, and it is still confused, so it's going to roll the d10. Pretty sure a 3 means that it does absolutely nothing.
Does not take actions or movements.
So it stands there with Xerax in its jaws, tries to make that wisdom save at the end of its turn, will not make it with 3, and we move on to Xena.
I am. So with this particular wild magic thing, it says the reason why I can throw it is it also gains the light and thrown properties. So a light weapon can be used in 2-weapon fighting. So I'm gonna basically use one of my attack actions to attack with both the affected special great axe that's now considered a light weapon and normal hand axe that's a one-handed weapon.
Yep.
So the hand axe will be without the modifier. It's just because of the 2-weapon thing. I'm gonna make the attack reckless, and it's against the gator thingy dude next to me in the middle that I hit last time. So first attack is with the special great axe, and that is a 25 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
Okay. 12, 13, 14 points of force damage. Because it's force right now. And the hand axe. I'm gonna roll to hit with the hand axe as a part of this one action. And that is 27 hit.
Oh yes.
So that's just a d6. No modifier. Okay. 2 points slashing. And
Okay.
then my second attack, I'm going to take another swing with the great axe. And I had to use my bonus action to use the
The
that
offhand.
one.
Yeah.
So that's gone. So I can't do that again, but I can
Yep.
take one more swing with my big axe.
Yes.
And that's still a reckless attack. Oh my god, that sucks. All right, I don't think that's gonna hit. I rolled both 3s on the die. Yeah, so that's 11 to hit.
Not gonna do it, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
You rolled like Giza.
Or sorry, 12 to hit because it's that one, but
Still a
probably
little bit
still.
short.
Yeah, that's fine. And Xena's just gonna roar, and that's it.
Does Xena pay attention to the request Yixis made?
To the what?
Yixis, on his turn, specifically asked her to take a step towards the dragon.
Oh, to step towards the dragon?
Yeah, if she ignores it, she ignores it. I'm just pointing out because you did it.
I missed
Specifically
that.
asked her to say that or do that.
And
Okay.
you did see that the one that you're attacking is quite confused, so it's likely not going to be able to take any reactions. So if you wanted to take that step back, it wouldn't be able to attack you for it.
Alright, she follows directions when Yixis says to do something. She's a little peeved at him, but she's gonna do it. So she'll go ahead and take a couple of steps back, actually. She'll go 5, 10. She'll go back to there.
Okay.
Not really knowing what's going on right now. And if you want any attacks opportunity on either of them, or from either of them?
This one here.
I think because they're confused, they
Could.
don't.
Oh, 'cause they don't have
They
reaction?
don't have reactions.
Well,
if they're
this one's not confused
Yeah,
anymore.
the one in the middle is confused, but the one near the dragon is not. So
I
it
was
will.
within its range, too.
Yeah, it will attempt to kick at you with its hind leg. as
It
you-
has advantage because I attacked recklessly.
I don't think that's gonna really help it though. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that's my armor class.
My monsters actually hit something. Okay. No. Okay, that's gonna be 10 slashing damage.
Okay,
A
That's
fraction
half.
of what it could have been.
so that's half to 5. Okay.
Okay. And I believe that brings us over to Zara.
Yep. Keeping the concentration up on confusion, she's going to chuck a ball of flame at this one using produce flame.
Okay.
That
Awesome
is going to
overlooked spell.
be 23.
That'll hit.
Okay, and produce flame is 2d8 fire. Wow, a whole whopping 3.
Ooh. I was mousing over the X, ready to kill the monster, but
Nope,
nope, it's still up.
I just ping it. But as a bonus action, I am going to cast a 2nd level healing word on Subira.
That's probably a good thing. Thank you.
So Subira, you're going to get a whole whopping 7 HP back.
Yay. Thank you. Okay. Stand in your ground where you are, Zara.
Yep.
All right. This one is still confused. So I'm going to roll that d10. And is that a 9? What does 9 do?
It can act and move normally.
It can do something. Okay. Ooh, who do I want to attack? You know what? This creature's really dumb, though.
It's going to attack its friend.
No, it's going to attack the dragon.
Yay
Actually,
for
it
dumb.
can't get in there. Can't. No, yeah, it can. It has a reach of 10 feet. God damn it. I'm going to attack the dragon. Ooh, that's a 22 to hit.
How much damage does it do?
0. But can it beat the DC 15 intelligence check to see if it's a fake dragon? Moving on.
It can also make its wisdom save to see if it succeeds to break the confusion.
It rolled a -3 on its intelligence check.
I think it's permanently confused then.
Well, that was the dragon one. The wisdom for the confusion. What's its wisdom modifier? Please tell me it's not a negative. It's positive. Okay, it's an 18.
Okay, it saves then.
Okay.
They've got to beat a 15 in order to break the confusion.
That one is no longer confused, but it's the end of its turn. So, Sabira, you're up.
Yeah, I'm not liking that this thing still has me in its jaw. So you're gonna see her hands kind of turn into fists, and she's just gonna glare at this crocodile again, or this alligator, and just go like, "I said, put me down," and she's gonna shoot a firebolt down its throat. So it needs to, I think, make a.
Firebolt is roll to hit, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's why I'm summing it up.
Which will be at disadvantage because it's ranged. But if you hit, I don't see how you couldn't kill it.
Okay. That's okay. 18, 19 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Yay! And that's 2d10. 2d10.
So don't roll 2 1s and you'll be fine.
Please tell me you got
These,
2 ones.
my damage dice are loving me. That's 20.
20, okay.
2
Yeah.
10s on that.
You
Jesus.
shoot a firebolt down this thing's throat, and it doesn't even have time to scream. You just fry this thing from the inside out, and it slumps to the ground, dead. And with your movement, you can crawl out from its mouth if you wish to.
So she's gonna kind of just like, seeing that she's like slumped down on the ground, she'll be like, oh, just kind of like roll her way over. She'll roll about 15 feet away. Right here. Stand up, kind of dust herself off. Good boy.
Ethan's just watching it the whole time you're rolling. Like, why is she not? What?
Slowly bleeding out. Just roll. Teeth marks everywhere.
Taylor slobber behind her.
So yeah, so she'll dust herself off, maybe touch the holes a little bit, going like, "Oh, that's her turn."
Right. Well, that one's dead now. So,
One and
Isa,
done.
you're up.
Tina's up there with that thing, so she's gonna go down here to try and help Xerix get out, because she's been helpful so far.
You're not going to attack the dragon?
If you go in there, you're gonna need to do a wisdom check because the
Oh.
confusion aura is up.
Is it something that's a visible effect? that she would have
There's
seen?
there's a bunch of black spores in the air.
Okay, she would have avoided the black spores.
Would it make a difference though?
It would if she could see it. If she couldn't see it, she would probably just run in.
Probably.
So,
That'd be hard for all of us.
yeah. Okay, maybe this one will actually hit. That's a 25.
Yes, that will hit.
Hit it. I have. We'll make it since I hit it, we'll make it a trip attack too.
Okay. So that is a strength save. The one and only thing that they are good at. That is going to be at 24.
Yeah, it saves. It'll get 19 points of damage from that one though.
Yep.
And then second attack. Oh, even better. 26.
Yes.
Uh, 9 points of damage from that one.
9 points of damage. Okay, this
And then
one's starting to look real bad.
He'll bring the shield around for another smack. Oh, for another 0.6. This is the die it's staying at. Which would be 8. For 12 piercing.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's looking real rough at this point. He's barely standing up.
That's all I can do. So
Xerax, finish it off.
Still holding on to me.
Yeah,
It knows how this goes.
it does.
So yet again, I will use Planar Warrior on it. Not great. That's a. We've been through this. That was a 13 to hit. That doesn't work.
That does not hit.
I need a dice that'll actually do what it's supposed to do.
A little awkward trying
16?
to stab something when you're in its mouth. Apparently, it's very awkward. So that is 1 shy, so that is also a miss, I'm afraid.
Depressing. Okay.
Okay. Yixis.
Okay. So, are the 2 big ones still up?
This one right here is dead, but the other 2 are still alive.
Okay, I'll go with my original plan then. Dragon's going to turn and face the one to the north. The tiny servant will move into position with the head and do a grown attack again so as to not hit my friends, but hit that guy.
Ooh, it actually saved, I think. 21.
But yeah. It will take half of this though. Okay, that's 10 damage, so 5 fire.
Okay.
And then Yixis is gonna smile because Xena got out of the way. And that allows him to do what he's wanted to do. So as the breath weapon goes off, right at the tail end of it, fireball.
Nice. So that is going to be a dexterity save from
Yep,
both.
another dexterity save, please.
One of them got a 6. That's the northern one. And the southern one got a 17.
17 makes it.
I don't think it's going to do it any good, though.
Let's see here. That is 37 points of fire damage.
37
So
points of
half for
fire
that guy is going to be 18. 18.
We'll take that 18. And then the one that has Xerax in its mouth succumbs to the heat of the fireball. It had 9 HP left and slumps onto the ground. All right. Anything else from you, Yixis?
No, that's it.
All right. That one is dead. Xena, your target is right in front of you.
All right, rinse, repeat, reckless attack, with both doing a 2-weapon attack with my super great axe with Glorificus and hand axe. So Glorificus hits first.
Forgot you named it that.
Yes. Which, by the way, because I'm a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, was a character from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But she was annoying, but
Wait, which part was that in?
full name. Season 5, I want to say. She's the blonde demon chick.
Oh, there's quite a few of those. All right, I'll
Yeah.
have to look
She
her
wore
up.
like a red dress. I think it was season 5 or 6 when she was in college. Buffy was in college at the time. Anyway, that's a sidetrack we're going on there.
Oh, that
23
bitch.
to hit.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's gonna be 16 points of force damage.
Nice damage on that.
And then the hand axe is 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that's 6 points of slashing damage.
Good damage on that one too.
And second attack with the with my super great axe with Glorificus. I biffed it again. Second attack. Lame. That's only 15 to hit.
15 will not do it, I'm afraid.
Arrgh. Biffed it.
You were so close. So close.
Yeah. That's I think that's all I can do is I used my bonus action already, so she wrote.
Alright, Zara. Can you finish it off?
Zara, first off, is going to drop concentration on the confusion. And then from where she's at, chuck another produce flame.
Okay.
That is going to be a 22.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be 10 fire damage. And then she's going to walk over and same thing. Then from where she's at, she's not going to move. She's going to cast a level 1 healing word on. Actually, no, I'm going to cast a level 2 healing word on Subira.
Okay.
So at this time, you're going to get 9 HP back.
I'm looking much better now, thank you.
Right. This one, somehow, by some miracle, is still alive. And it is looking right at you, Xena, with its one remaining good eye. It's going to make some attacks. Nope, I'm not using that die.
Xena's giving it the bring it look.
Ooh, and bring it, it might.
Something glorious.
Yes.
23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits for sure.
Ooh, okay. This one is going out with in a blaze of glory. Apparently, that is 32 piercing damage from its bite attack.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
So I
Oh,
think I
that's
take
half,
half
right?
of that, right? Piercing is one of the things
yes.
I can
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, because it's
goodness.
just normal piercing damage.
That was
That's
half of my health.
Still intense.
Oh, wow.
You are grappled by it in its
Okay.
jaw as it bites down on you.
Okay.
And it is going to follow that up with 2 claw attacks. First one is going to be 25 to hit. Wow, you guys pissed this one off.
Yeah.
Was very unhappy about being confused.
And on fire.
It ain't
Yeah.
gonna get any better.
That is 15 slashing damage.
Okie dokies. So that's not halved already, so I have
Yeah, so that would be 7.
7, yeah.
Act number 2. Oh, it was so close to that nat 20. Instead, it will be a dirty 20.
Yeah, that just hits.
16 slashing damage.
Okay, 8.
That is all this one can do. So that
I was
brings us
built
to
to
you,
take that
Saphira.
damage. Finally.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, Xena just kind of laughs at the thing's face as it bites and slashes at her. She enjoys getting a little bit bloodied. So
Subira, do you have anything that can do 1 damage?
Yes.
Are you
I
kidding?
suggest you do it.
But it needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I missed killing it by 1
You
HP.
did.
Nat
One
20.
You did
freaking
10
HP.
with that attack. And it had 11 left. That's 13 on its wisdom save.
Yeah, it's gonna fail. So, she's gonna point at the alligator. She is gonna repeat the same line she said before earlier, where she goes, "Drop it," and she's going to cast Toll the Dead, and since it took damage before, it's D12s. Of course, this is gonna happen. That was 2 1s. So
Well,
I did at least
But
1
still does
damage.
it.
That's twice as much as you needed.
Wow, that was
So
2 D12s and I get 2 1s. Holy
Wow.
balls.
you
Yeah,
you
there's
call
worse
out
times
to
to do
this,
that.
You call out to this thing and tell it to drop it, and it looks over at you with half of its face missing and its 2 intelligence score, and thinks you said drop dead, so it does.
And for Subira, it's a win-win.
Xena just like in its mouth.
It just
Yep.
it just focuses really hard and gives itself like an aneurysm.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. Yep.
And that is the end of combat. That confusion plus really bad dice rolls for a section there made me really disappointed in my monsters yet again. But that's
Xena
okay.
throws her battle axe at the dragon again, just in case.
I
You
mean,
end up
that
hitting-
hurt
I
hard,
mean, I
though,
feel
when
like
it
Ethan's
gets to-
preparing for the dragon to turn on them anyway.
She accidentally hits the tiny serpent inside of the dragon.
God,
Yeah, I mean, those things, they could have been really dangerous.
Yeah.
They have a +8 to hit on their attack, and their bite attack does 3d12 plus 5.
No,
Yeah,
what I got
but-
hit with, if one of the others got hit with all that damage,
yeah.
Yeah,
except
like
for
that,
maybe Xerix, because he's like a bit tanky too.
yeah,
But
that combo could have just downed Zara.
Yeah, I
Ethan
already
could have hit
had.
it, taken it.
I only had a quarter of health after that one first attack. I was
But
like,
I think-
wow, I'm gonna go.
That,
it was
sucks.
smart little nose.
Yeah.
that confusion really saved the day on that one. I
Yeah,
think.
it did.
That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
good move.
I mean, if it
You
was
know-
really bad, I would have vamped out. I would have wasted my other slot and done Misty Step, but I was like, it was bad.
So the dragon and the fireball and all the fire attacks and stuff, badass, but also like now there's like a real big beacon to where we are.
And the downside is
Anything is
downside
potentially
is
looking for things.
I don't have any more level 2 spells, and you
Yeah.
can't upcast Pass Without Trace. So
Yeah. So
I mean, you can. It just doesn't provide additional benefits.
look, I'm not wasting a 3rd level spell slot for Pass Without Trace.
You know, if all else fails, Severe will just book it and leave you guys behind because I can't be tracked. So I'll just be
Well,
like, bye.
Ye- Yixis is just gonna
Wow,
pick
wow,
up the
Sabira,
card on the
wow.
ground and tear it, and the dragon goes away.
In poofs.
Xena looks at Yixis. You could have at least let me tear the card.
He gives her the 2 halves. Sorry,
It's fine.
you can tear it up more. It's only 2 halves. You can tear it up. A lot
It's
more.
not the same anyway.
I suggest we keep moving in case we invited some distant company.
Xena looks at the bonfire. Yeah. Someone might see that.
How's Xerix looking in terms of wounds? Muted.
I only took the one major crunch, really. And I'm
Yeah.
okay.
That confusion stopped it from continuing to bite down on him.
Okay. So yeah, so if Zarek says he's okay, Zara will go to Xena and drop a level 3 cure wounds on her, seeing as how she got treated like a chew toy.
Yeah, thankfully only 2 of us did, really. That could have been so bad.
All right, so that's gonna be 15 HP you get back.
Awesome, thank you.
Nice.
You just gotta plot that compass and try and keep leading the group.
Can Xena tear off a couple of teeth while they're leaving? Just yank them out real quick.
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Okay. Guess my rage would have ended by then, so I'll just do 1. Okay. That is 18 plus 8.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You're able to... I mean, these are very big creatures, so the teeth are like 6 to 8 inches in length. So you could get... Let's roll a die and find out. 4 of them. 4
Okay.
very large teeth.
Cool. Trophies.
So are you guys heading out then, or are you sticking around to harvest a bit more? What's the plan?
I think the plan's to move, to keep moving.
Okay.
We still have food to last us for a bit.
We got a lot of food.
Isa takes the lead once again to finish off that block of travel. Surprisingly, this encounter, not her fault. She was just going to keep going. So, and downside is I can never trick you guys with big rocks again.
You
And
give
the
us too much
remainder-
credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The remainder of that travel goes without issue. And you have an opportunity to switch up the leader or keep going with Isa.
These will keep going unless someone stops her, so. Alright. See what
Can I
happens
do
this
a-
time.
Can I do a quick check just to make sure we're going in the right direction?
Yeah. Give
Just
me
checking the compass.
a history check.
A history check?
Yeah. Just to see if you can find a better path or if the one you are on is the best option.
23.
23, okay. You are fairly confident that the path you are currently traveling on is the most direct route to Delure.
Okay. She just wanted to check that real quick.
Alright, so
Okay.
Isa, give me those rolls.
That's going to be a 17 perception.
Okay.
55 percentile.
17 and 55. Okay.
It's not bad.
Okay. So you lead the group further into this little valley that you have found yourselves in. And before too long, you meet up once again with a beaten path along the road. And we can turn off the battle music because you're not battling anyone anymore. You meet
It's
up
ourselves.
with
It is very motivational.
you meet up with a beaten path once again. Find your travel quite easy and as relaxing as it could be under the given circumstances. Birds are chirping around you as the trees and foliage begin to grow more and more dense once again, not to the point where you find yourselves trudging through a forest, but enough that it gives you a pleasant amount of shade as you're walking down this road. And as you've been traveling for about an hour and a half, you come once again, as seems to be a theme in the last couple days, with something in the middle of the path ahead of you. But this is not a box this time. No, this time there is a person standing in the middle of the road. It is not a black dragonborn. The person standing in the road before you, at least from the distance that you're at, just shy of 100 feet, appears to be wearing venturing gear. A breastplate made of some kind of metal, greaves. They look to have a sword at their side, and quite likely a shield on their back. They are alone at the moment, but they seem to be standing there waiting for you to approach, or waiting for anyone to approach.
What did they? Can we tell what race they are or anything?
What did I say? You're 100 feet? Yeah. They look to be. You can kind of make out a slight point to their ears, so maybe a half elf or an elf of some kind. One of the races that are related to them in some way.
The hat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look,
Elves are always hot.
It's true.
From this distance, I mean, they're wearing armor, so you can't get a clear image of
We'll get closer.
them, but you know, they cut a striking silhouette.
You let the coin maker out.
Oh, he
did
does
they-
not cut a striking silhouette. That poor man.
He cuts a gaunt silhouette.
He's
not
pretty
best.
much now a skeleton who makes coins.
Isa will look back at Zara, waiting for instruction.
All right. We will be friendly as we approach. Don't give your names away this time so freely. And if they want to leave, let them leave.
Okay.
Isa's going to smile as she approaches them.
But how will they hear of my glorious exploits if they don't know of my name? My name must be spread.
I have a,
Threatening, like their stance, body language,
They
or by threatening, I
appear-
guess also like if like does he have his hand on the hilt of his sword, like waiting to draw it?
Yeah, they've got their hand at their hip, resting on the pommel of their sword, but they're not like gripping it or anything. They don't appear to be seeking hostilities. They're just on the defensive.
Oh, okay.
What if I just say my name? Like you all cannot, but just me.
So we're going to walk by, and you're just gonna shout out, "Hello, I'm Xena," and we just keep going.
Of course.
Pretty much.
I mean,
That's
I
weird.
have a bit more of a title to it, of course, but I mean, look at him. He's or her. I can't tell from here, but they look like the adventuring type. They might know things. They might spread word. I need to have a glorious moment, if you will.
That's
This is an
weird.
opportunity.
So Isa's going to lead the group forward to pass by this person with a big grin on her face.
Okay, so baring your teeth. Got it.
Xena floofs some of her feathers and shines
God
a bit
damn it.
of her armor a little more.
She's totally friendly. I'm being friendly.
So when you get to about 40-ish feet away from this person, you see them with one of their hands do a quick somatic component of a spell. And there's a very brief flash in their eyes,
Check.
but nothing happens beyond that. You can, absolutely give me a check here.
Suspicious. Woo! 23.
23. It was obviously some kind of magic that they just did, but
Oh, yeah.
whatever kind of magic it was is unknown to you, as at the very least you can identify it as divine magic.
I don't want none of that.
When we get
Okay.
within
Keep
proper
walking.
shouting range, let me know.
You are absolutely in proper shouting range right now.
Oh, okay. So Xena's just going to kind of maneuver towards the front of the group, shining her armor a little bit again, and just shout, "Well met, traveler upon the road. I am Xena, the Glorious, and this is my wonderful band of adventurers along with me, and we are heading through. How many dragons have you slain? And where are they?"
So in response to that, they take their hand off of the pommel of their sword and kind of put it to their chest and give you a bow. and they call out, "Well met, Xena." And they
The
approach you.
glorious.
So they're just a few feet away. And they
The
kind
full-
of give everyone a good once over, like head to toe, looking at everyone. "Well met indeed. Seems you are all in need of my services. Allow me to bestow upon you a blessing."
Not
And we're going to
interested.
stop right there.
No,
Pick that up next week.
I don't want no one's blessing.
I don't trust paladins.
I don't want blessing. Maybe
Oh,
cleric. Divine could also be cleric.
Yeah, we'll just throw them in the river. It's fine.
No, I don't
Just
want
a
any blessing.
nice,
Don't sneeze on me.
traveler looking to help some people in need of help.
They're an
No.
elf. That's bullshit.
No. Just let us be on our way.
They will let you be on your way after they give you a blessing.
No. Spirit just
Xena's
like
probably
starts to
clueless.
steam. I'm clean.
Well, all of you are going like, all the casters and stuff are going, no, why? Like, I wonder if me and Isa are the only ones sitting there going, awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds
Like,
great.
All right. Whatever you want to do.
Whatever, dude.
We're all slowly melting, and then the two fighters are just like, "It's fine."
Yeah, just high fiving.
Yeah.
All the
I say, yeah.
melee classes are just fine.
It'll be fine.
Zara
Social interaction is a good thing.
Zara literally explodes due to her demonic blood.
I'm just gonna say, Subira's just like, she just starts to sizzle like a vampire in sunlight. She's no, don't touch me.
Are you saying that divine magic is untrustworthy?
Yes.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Don't disagree.
We're using divine magic to help you. The hell you
For
are.
Subira, it is.
So that is clearly going to do it for us today. We will pick up exactly where we left off next week. I am curious to see how this group will treat this other totally innocent passersby.
Yeah.
See if they will overshare some more.
Harassments, all the harassments.
But this is most definitely not the only show that we have on this channel. In fact, we have another show happening tomorrow, starting at the same time as this one did, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That is the continuation of Destiny Forged Campaign 2, where we are unfortunately done with our vacation. So we are back
Good
aboard the
times.
ship, and I believe we are headed towards the collector's place of business.
The Vault of the Collector.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
we
we
are.
are.
And-
That's gonna be a crazy arc.
A number of us, I believe, were postponing some conversations to have with other people in the group. So I'm curious to see who has what to say to who. Aside from that, we also have our alternating Saturday shows, Withered Wastes, which is a post Arcane Apocalypse wasteland adventure. I'm still processing last Saturday, so forgive me for the pauses. And on the other Saturdays, we have Wayward Wanderers, which is a Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign run by the ever lovely Azarin, who's in chat right now and also joins us on our Tuesday games. And we do have an additional show that airs the first Saturday of every month. It is Behold Lore. It is our lore talk show where we go over anything and everything lore and homebrew related to this world in which so many of our campaigns take place on. That show specifically is also available in podcast format. You can go to beholdrp.com to see a hub that will link you to all of the spaces in which our content is available. So thank you to everyone that tuned in and to the players, as always, for going along on these shenanigans. We'll hopefully see many of you tomorrow.